What's up, collecting crew? Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a good week so far. In this middle of the week, we're almost through it. I'm Jay Feezy, and this is Hot Talk, episode 12. For those of you that aren't familiar, Hot Talk is a live stream / video series where I talk about Hot Toys news, announcements, and in this case, maybe even some other major players, including Inart. So like I mentioned, we'll have a few releases to discuss, a few announcements, 2 of those releases being Iron Men's. And one of those announcements being Inart. And we may play a round of Feezy's 20. We may discuss a tease. We'll see how the time goes. I always say we'll kind of, I hope to keep it somewhat short, but it ends up going longer than I planned. So we'll see how that goes. And then I have a couple of topics also for discussion within some of these figures. As usual, timestamps will be in the description below, as well as links to my panelists' social media, their YouTube channels. Of course, check the friends of the channel section there for their links as well, and show them some love if you like and enjoy what they're doing. So with that being said, let me go ahead and bring in my guests that I have with me so far. We got, of course, Superior Beam and Feel the Burn. What is up, gentlemen?
Evening.
Good evening. Yeah, and we may have some more. We may have another guest or two showing up later tonight. I'm not sure, but if not, then it's all good. We'll just roll with us 3. Gentlemen, everyone doing all right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yep. Yes, sir. All right. And then chat, of course, let us know how our audio and the video's coming in through, so we can correct that for you as soon as possible. Yes, sir. Oh, I think Robert's fixing some more Feel the Burn. Okay, yes, do a reset there. It's all good. Does what he has to do. All right. Speaking of chat, let me address the chat real quick. My fellow chat, like I mentioned, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you're all having a good week so far. We have Sin in the house. What is up? Evening collectors. Evening, good sir. Is that a, I'm guessing that's supposed to be, is that supposed to be coffee? Coffee or tea? I want to go with coffee. Yeah. Hopefully you're joining us. Good cup of coffee. Pour overs for me personally. It's what I'm into, the pour overs there. Jogron 2 in the house. Hey, let's hear it for Feezy. Sounds like Jeezy. Jeezy's jamming tonight. Yeah, man, I was actually kind of feeling this one. All about my music, man. I love having my music there in the background, but I don't want to be it. Like I mentioned, I don't want it to be too loud or overwhelming. So yeah, let me know if that comes in too loud for you guys listening there. I noticed too, sometimes it'll be loud on my end, not loud, but it'll be louder on my end, and then when I go back and listen to the replay, it's kind of lower, or sometimes I can barely hear it. So if it's the opposite, if you can barely hear it, let me know that as well. I'm trying to still fine-tuning that. SpongeBob Square Balls in the house. What is up, Classy Thomas? Each day that gets better, each day I pass, man, I hope you get better and better, and looking forward to the return. I've caught your special appearance on Let's Get Nuts before, so hopefully we'll see more of those. But thank you for joining, good sir. Let's see here. Jogron 2 says, these Kamen Riders 1+2 announcements are kind of crazy, and they added a head sculpt for, yeah, I mean, this is the 70s show that they did for them. Not even recent, like Kamen Rider Black. Yeah, there's actually quite a few interesting things that I learned about that doing my research on those figures. So yeah, we'll definitely get into those, and we'll talk more about those figures. And thank you for confirming, since his audio is great. Appreciate that. Oh, there you go. See, yeah, tea actually. Yeah. Well, there you go. Enjoy your tea, good sir. See, Gio in the house. The movie canon. What is up?
Hey, Gio.
Evening coleccionistas. I think I said that right. Good evening, good sir. Like I mentioned, friends of the channel, Gio the Movie Can. If you're not familiar, go check out his YouTube channel. He's doing a lot of great stuff over there. A lot of work and effort he's putting in, especially his memberships. He's putting just started that recently, and he's putting a lot of time and effort into those his memberships that are really interactive. It's really cool what he's doing that I personally haven't seen anyone do. So not to say he's the only one, but I think he's doing some creative stuff over there. So go check out the Movie Cannon's channel. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and get it kicked off here. First figure of the night, my Dothmerian brother from another mother. We have Darth Maul himself, Episode 1, Phantom Menace, released. See here, so a little recap on the deets here. Darth Maul is $285 USD. He does also come with a speeder set, so there's a Darth Maul with the speeder. That's $405 USD. And each one of those has a special edition, which is, you guess it, it's a coin, right? That's what all with most of the Sith recently from Star Wars been coming with is coins, and this is no different. So yeah, you got a special edition with just the figure itself, and a special edition with the speeder. So that's 4 different SKUs there. He was announced May 2nd of 2024. This was actually kind of memorable because I remember I was actually at CaliCon last year. Was with the fellow collectors, and this popped up, and I for one was excited. I know other people were kind of excited too, but this was so this pre-order kind of stuck out just because of how not only how badass it looked, but also where I was when it happened. So of course during that time I had to pre-order it because I don't have a Maul myself, but yeah, it was really cool. 32 points of articulation, which is awesome. You've recently been seeing 30. This one has 32, so I'm not sure where those extra 2 came in. Maybe 1 on the big toe. I don't know, each big toe or something. We'll see. I don't know. I just made it up, so please don't quote me on that. All right, so this guy, he comes with 2 head sculpts, and we'll go over the accessories here in a little bit. 2 head sculpt, 10 hands. Some of them are kind of gesturing hands, what they say, so they're not all exact pairs. We got 2 different, or a few different gesture hands. 2 USB powered lightsabers, right? So there's the single bladed and a double bladed. Each one of those is USB powered LED. Then he has a standard double bladed lightsaber hilt that can be split into 2 single lightsabers. Of course, you gotta have the traditional or the what's the word I'm blanking on, the thing he's known for basically is a double bladed lightsaber that can split in 2 with both the static and the dynamic effect. A probe droid and binoculars. The speeder itself has light up functions, so on the dashboard and the rear signal lights, the turn signal in case he wants a signal if he's going to turn left or right in the desert. He doesn't want to cause any traffic jams, so that's going to be there for you. Actually, I don't know about the turn signals, but it just says rear signal lights, so that'll be in there. But overall, yeah, this looks great. Like I mentioned, I didn't have them all. I was stoked for this. This looks badass. But yeah, I guess I have nothing to say. It's just this Darth Maul's one of my favorite characters in Star Wars, like many of you out there. I'm sure I'm not the only one. But yeah, I'll go ahead and pause there and turn it over to you guys. I guess Beam for now, just in case Robert needs to get his, or Fielderburn needs to get his situation set up. But Beam, you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, 100% getting this. I thoroughly enjoy this one because the likeness to Ray Park is more spot on this one than the previous Darth Maul they had from episode 1. Their Clone Wars one, I think it was roughly the same as the clone or the first episode 1, but I have the sideshow one, the Naboo one, that looks exactly like this setup they currently have, and yeah. Their Ray Park likeness was on point, and I prefer that.
The sideshow one?
So I didn't pick up another Darth Maul until I saw this one. They must have heard me complaining, so they made another one.
What's that? You guys hear that? A Beam's complaining? Oh no, we got to get on it.
Yeah, so much closer to Ray Park on this head sculpt. So yeah, totally had to get this one because it's Hot Toys and USB lightsabers. Totally looking forward to getting this guy in hand. So
yeah, totally. Yeah, man, definitely agree with you on all. I don't have like I mentioned, I don't have any of the other sideshow ones or the sideshow one or any of the other ones, so I wasn't sure how those came out. But that's interesting to hear that the sideshow one is actually pretty good, pretty decent there. But Robert, you got any thoughts on this, Maul? I know you're not a big Star Wars fan, so I'm guessing you're going to be skipping on this, but tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely skipping. I mean, you already read my mind, so I mean, it looks good. Definitely looks good. I keep on seeing the demon from Insidious in there.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I don't know who took the idea from who, so I mean.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
But
Maul came first. Maul came first.
Yeah, but yeah, it looks good. How many of these have they made so far? I think they made a couple, didn't they?
Yeah, I know of for Hot Toys. I know did one from the Phantom Menace. They also did one from the Clone Wars. I think there's one from Solo.
Then there's one from
Solo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this will be their fourth one. Yeah, but Phantom Menace, they did one other one. So this would be like a 2.0 from Phantom Menace.
I'm about to say, do Star Wars fans get tired of collecting the same figure all the time when they get 2.0s or something like that? It just seems very annoying.
There's like 8 Mauls or 8 Darth Vaders out there, so.
Yep.
I was about to say, there's so many Darth Vaders, and I'm just like, what's the difference between them all? And some people get offended. It's like, oh, there's major differences. Da, 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 da. I'm like, please point them out to me. I don't see it.
Some are major, some are little. This is
like battle damage. I can understand, but all the plain ones, I'm just like, why buy the same figure? Why can't you get one that you're happy with and just stick with it? Right?
Usually because one lit up and one, the newer one does. The old one didn't light up and the newer one does. It's usually stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, or in this case, like a better sculpt, better paint, things like the typical upgrades from older figures to newer figures.
Yeah, true. But people are gonna have to educate me on the differences of armors and all this other stuff. I don't know, Jack. So.
Yeah, no, I mean you're right. Like that, I'm sure other people. It depends on your preference, right? I mean, some people collect a bunch of, like, some people say all the Vaders, all the Iron Man, all the Spider-Man, right? Everyone has their own, like, their one character that they have a lot of, and there's the opposite. There's some characters who people are just tired of. I know, like we mentioned in other streams, people are just tired of seeing that purple coat Ledger Joker, right? Mm-hmm. And some people are probably saying the same thing. You're like, what's the difference between all those and different companies, different manufacturers, and things like that. So I think the hardcore Star Wars fans, I think they're probably excited for each version, each iteration. I want to say. I mean, I'm just guessing. That's my guess. But then there's also, you got to think about the collectors who are new to the game, right? And they just kind of got in and they either didn't collect anything previously, they didn't buy backwards, and this is going to be the first for them. So there's all those who are benefiting from this newer technology and things like that. And actually, I'm going to address that later on when we get to Blade. We get to Blade in that regard. There's like one of the top discussion topics that I wanted to pose to you guys there, but yeah, so that's just kind of just what I've seen, what I've noticed. But yeah, there are some people who kind of feel like you do, like, man, another Maul or another Vader, like Bean was saying, another Iron Man, which I've seen. Watch, I'm sure we're probably going to comment on when we talk about Iron Man here in a little bit. Yeah, it's just things like that. But yeah, like Gio here saying, like, no, nothing. I'm guessing he's this is in response to you saying, is there any difference? Ren's in the house. We got Ren Stolentino in the house. What is up, my guy? Thank you for coming through. Hope you're having a good, what would that be, afternoon for you over there. Let's see, Sin saying General Grievous and Maul are the only characters I gravitate towards. I'm not a Star Wars guy either. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's another thing too. There's some characters, right, where people who aren't fans of a certain IP, they're just like, oh man, I'm not a fan of that, but that figure looks badass, or that one is the one I have to get. And I think that just happened recently. I forgot what it was. I'm trying to remember, but yeah, I know in previous streams I heard people mention that as well. There's like, man, that one just sticks out to me, and I'm getting that one. I think I may have said that a couple of times myself. But so yeah, let me go through some of these pictures. And I also have, speaking of, comparing to the previous one, I know when that previous Hot Toys Phantom Menace Maul was out, a lot of people were saying how good that was. And then Hot Toys actually themselves did a comparison of the previous one and this new one here, and I'm gonna let's see here while I show this. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. I have the post that they actually where they shared of that photo, and it's like a night and to me it's like a night and day difference. You can tell the difference here. So let me pull this up real quick, and you tell me, Robert. I'm actually curious to see if you notice a difference. Now, let's see if I can actually find it. But I guess in the meantime, while I'm looking for this, are there any characters from Star Wars that do intrigue you, that you do kind of have an interest in?
Me?
Robert? Yeah.
Don't know. I'm guessing maybe a Chewie. I mean, Chewie seems cool.
Oh, okay. Is that one that you pre-ordered when that one came out?
No, I'm not getting
okay.
any Star. I'm not getting any
No,
Star Wars.
no.
No.
Oh, it is this one. Okay, here
It's
we go.
not my bag. So.
Yeah, okay. No, that's fair. That is definitely fair. Okay, here we go. I found it. Sorry, it took me a minute. All right. So here you go. So this is the photo that Hot Toys put up when Darth Maul, this 2.0 went up for pre-order. And they're comparing here the DX1617 to this new one. This is MMS 748, 749. And I don't know. You tell me, Robert. Do you see a difference here between the two?
Yeah. Let's see. What's that top one? The top
Here, let's start.
left one.
So the
Is that
top
the
left.
older?
Which one do you think is older? The one on the left or the one on the right? Which one's the previous one?
I think it's the one on the left. 'Cause
Yep,
the,
you got it.
The
Yeah.
one on the right is like more proportioned head. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could be
right. Yep. No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, for sure. So there you go. There was a test and you passed. Yeah, the one on the left is the previous one, and I forget the year that one came out. So, let me know in the chat here in the comments if you remember. But yeah, it's a pretty old one, and yeah, it's kind of one of those things, right? We say this about certain other figures too. You know, they're the best, or they may be good looking at the time because there's nothing else. There's really nothing else to compare it to at the time of when it came out, and you can kind of say that for games and movies, right? It's just like, oh man, this looks awesome, because your reference is just that one newest figure or that one newest movie, just the production value and things like that. But you don't really know until something better comes along, and then you have something to compare to, like this situation here. See, but at the time, I think people were saying that this Maul, the previous Maul, was still pretty good. But again, it's not one that I had in my collection. So yeah, I don't know. Beam, any thoughts on this?
No, I can't agree with anybody that thought the other one looked good.
No, oh, you didn't think it looked good?
Nope, that's why I didn't get it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, or maybe
Well,
it's
not
just like
Park to me. I mean, he's there
Yeah.
slightly, but he's not there as much as the new one is.
gotcha.
And when that stoic face on the new one, it's just they nailed it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and like Robert was saying, the proportions too. He's like his head on the right is just kind of more. It's kind of stretched out, where the one on the left is kind of a little more like widened. But yeah, maybe I'm mistaken. I could have sworn people were saying that the previous one was pretty good, but maybe I'm confusing
I'm
with
sure
the Clone
people
Wars one.
love that version too. I mean, nothing against that. I mean, you can love it if you want to, but
Yeah.
no, it did not. Doesn't do it for me. And then the gaping mouth open one that
Yeah.
I passed on it too. It's like I don't want that.
No, sir. I didn't like it. I like how they his teeth too. They kind of in the newer one they put more detail and paint in his teeth than the one on the left. He kind of has more of like that mother of pearl smile, and on the right he's just.
And it's just more of an expression. The newer one is just more of an expression you saw in the film. Like the first one over there, you like. When did you see him scream like that?
Yeah,
I never did.
I don't recall. Yeah, I have to go back. It's been a minute since I've seen episode 1. But yeah, the one on the right, just in my mind's eye, I feel like that's an expression I've seen before.
How about the full body? Yeah. Does it seem like more proportionate this time around?
Let me see here. Let's go back to
I know
the
Hot
blogger
Toys
photos.
Has problems with proportions sometimes, so I don't know. Well,
to me it does, but I'm not really big on like catching unless they're exaggeratingly off, I'm not really keen on picking up proportions as much. Like, to me, it's like, as long as it looks pretty close to it, I'm fine with it. Plus, he has these robes on, so it's kind of hard to tell. I think it's kind of baggy, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I think they nailed it.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go. I'm good. I'm done gushing.
I'm not. Look, damn, this figure looks so good. I can't believe I'm getting. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead, Robert. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, yeah, you can't tell underneath the robes and everything, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But I mean, isn't there like a shirtless version of this?
You're thinking of the Clone Wars one, I believe. Yeah, with the robotic legs.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Because like I remember one of them being like him shirtless with the marks and everything, and yeah, I just didn't know if this is the same thing or not.
Different iteration. That's a different version. Yep. That the Clone Wars one is based on the animation, and this is based on the movie of his first appearance. Yeah. Whoops.
Like I said, I need a lot of education on Star Wars, so maybe I'll have to watch these movies to get it. But it's gonna take so much time.
Do it. Yeah.
I mean, I guess if I watch all 3 extended versions of Lord of the Rings, I could probably get through this. So.
Wow, you watch the extended editions.
You just have to watch the first 6. You don't have to watch anything after that.
Oh, okay. So I just gotta make through 6 movies. Okay.
Yeah, the first 3 are a little more kind of political focus, and I think that turned a lot of people off. But the original, I think there's a lot of love for across all audiences, I believe, for the original. So I'd probably start with episodes 4 through 6. Personally, others may disagree, but that would just be my suggestion. And then if you want, you can kind of go into the first 3 or the last 3. But your call. I would say at least just give it a shot, give it a try, and just see what you think of those. Or you can even start with the animated shows, because those are good too. Yep. The Clone Wars and Rebels.
Rebels is good. Yep.
Are they all connected?
Yeah, they're all.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Rebels
they
and
kind of
and whatnot. They're connected to the main story.
Okay.
Yeah, they tie into certain movies like at different points, but Clone Wars is not directly connected to. I mean, some of the characters are across them, but they're not directly connected to each other. Like Rebels takes place after Clone Wars, so yeah, it's just like a whole timeline thing. But yeah, they're all within the Star Wars universe, so similar characters and that are in each of them. Yeah, so it's just a whole expanded universe.
Yeah, my partner is actually was trying to get me interested in watching what was that new one? Skeleton Crew?
Skeleton Crew's good.
Oh yeah, I have to watch that. Yep.
And he's not a big Star Wars fan either, so I mean, it's like, you actually want to watch it? It's like, yeah, why not? It looks fun. It's like, I guess, okay. I mean, I guess it's not connected to anything, so I'm thinking that.
It strays away from being Star Wars a little bit, but there's just Star Wars elements, and it's good. They did a good job.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I still have to watch Skeleton Crew. That's still my to-watch list. I've been hearing good things, though. Good things about it, so that's on my watch. But yeah, let me pull this up here. So as usual, I kind of compare for figures with head sculpts. I usually compare the protos to the final, so I went ahead and did this for this figure as well. Here we got the proto on the left. I think I made this comment when it came out. It kind of looks like one of his school pictures, the way he's posed on the left. And then the final photo on the right here. But yeah, let me know. Go ahead and you can share your guys' thoughts while I mess with my camera real quick and try to get that back going. But go ahead, I'll turn it over to you guys.
Oh yeah, definitely 5th grade and 6th grade going on here. So
yeah, I kind of like the proto a little bit more.
I like the proto more.
Yeah, the final, it's okay, but it doesn't have like the same kind of look. Like the one on the left is like pissed off. The other one is just kind of like, what are you looking at? You know, it's kind of those looks to me. So.
Right.
but
I don't think they strayed too far away from it though. It does have the moving eyes, so the eyes are and they're different angles of the head. So that could be why you're seeing two different kind of looks. The moving eyes and the angle of the head. But yeah, that's pretty close from start to finish. So that's a pretty good job by Hot Toys there.
now how does the lightsabers work? I always see them light up, but I don't never know, like, is there like a little battery or a switch you flip on?
There used to be batteries in the arm that it was attached to. They used to be attached to the hand of the arm. Now that they're USB, they just plug in to wherever you're using for USB power.
Oh, okay. So there's not like there's like a wire going from your figure to the wall.
Yeah, from the lightsaber.
See, I don't really like that. I don't like wires hanging out the back of my figures. It just looks tacky. I don't know, but I mean, like, if I wanted to, cause I got a comic book Iron Man. I would like to keep the lights on, but yeah, just all the wiring and stuff. But
yeah, that's a trade-off, right? Yeah.
The RCN wires are pretty thin because I got an RCN kit from Kit, and they're really thin, and you can barely. I don't know. You probably can't tell from here, but it's that Iron Man right there. He's all lit up, USB.
Oh, okay.
That's the 85.
Yeah.
I got another one coming. I'm gonna light up the 3.
So.
Yeah, that's. I mean, because before it's usually the batteries, right? A lot of people complain that the big critique about Hot Toys and the battery powder is just the batteries die quick, right? Because they're smaller, and so you can't really leave them on. You can, but then they don't last that long. Whereas,
most
now
of the time they die within a half an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. So now with the USB powered, you can have them plugged in. But yeah, you're right. The trade-off is that there's a wire, so you just have to become really good at hiding the wire and kind of routing it to where it's either like goes down the figure's leg or kind of behind a stand or something. And yeah, you kind of have to just do some finagling there and move it around to kind of hide it. But on the plus side, you can kind of connect it to which I plan on doing. I haven't done yet, but you can all connect them into one hub. All the USB cables, and then connect it to like a smart plug, and then you can have it turn on either when you hit a switch or when you enter the room, or however you want to customize it, right? You can just activate it there, and it can all be controlled through an app. So a little more convenient, and that's what I plan to do. I just haven't done it yet. So, but yeah, is that how you have your setup, Beam? How you have your
no app, but there I just got the hub in today, so there's a 6 ports behind these guys right here. It's just the 2 that are plugged into it right now. The display, and then the Mark 85. Those are the only 2 right now that have the USB. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, working on that. But I just got the hub in today, so I can plug in 6 of them when I need to. Gotcha. I need to get one for my top shelf too, for when I get those guys done.
Gotcha. Yeah, but in going back to this here, the Proto Final, yeah, I agree with you guys. I think it's pretty close. I think the Proto does, of course, it's usually the case. The Proto looks a little bit better, but it's still pretty close. I'm not gonna complain. I can't even. It's still great. Like I said, I'm still loving it. I'm still looking forward to getting it, and then eventually when that Savaggio press comes in, oh man, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I know technically not from the same source material, but still, it's gonna be badass. But let me go to the chat here. I don't want to forget about you guys. We got Blue Tattoo in the house. What is up? The other half of Blue Beam. What is up, my guy? Hey, everyone. What is up, Blue? Thanks for joining us. Let me see here. I'm not sure what Joggerant's saying here. So I think it's some sort of emoji. Sin saying he for sure dodged a few dental appointments. Yeah, I think like more than a few, maybe like a couple of years. Probably didn't have the Sith insurance policy. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Movie canon suggestion: watch Rogue One first. Robert is what that. Okay. But that is that's another good one. Yeah, spin-off movie.
Good story.
Set in the Star. Yeah, it was really good. It's one of my favorite Star Wars spin-off movies there. Let's see here. Yeah, thanks, Geo. Yeah, I caught that, and I ended up fixing that. So thank you for pointing that out. Sin saying he's too cool for school on the final. Yeah, the photo they do just like school photos. He looks all pissed. He's like, come on, give me a smile. No. Clinton Martin in the house. What is up, Clinton Martin? Howdy, folks. Folks, what is up, good sir? Thank you for coming through, my guy. All right, then SB warming up the chat or keeping them going. I appreciate you guys keeping the chat active. Always appreciate it. All right. So unless any of you have more to say on this Darth Maul, I think we're good to go on the next figure. All right, here we go. Let's see. So jumping from 6 scale real quick to quarter scale, we have the there we go. The Mark 6, Iron Man Mark 6 from Iron Man 2. And I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Switch it up. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, I completely missed this one. I mean, granted, I'm not really collecting quarter scales. Well, I'm not collecting quarter scales at all, anyways. But yeah, this just kind of popped up. But this is, let's see, so it's going for 645 USD, setting around a little over 19 inches, so 48 centimeters against quarter scale, 40 points of articulation. It doesn't seem to come with much, so 3 pairs of hands, 2 of those being light up, and then interchangeable battle damage pieces. I think that's typical for quarter scale Iron Man, but you guys tell me. Not too much on this one, except I will say what I forgot to mention on my recap, my How You Figure recap episode. Check that out if you haven't already. I just kind of do a recap of 2024 of a lot of the 6 scale figures, most of them Hot Toys. But no quarter scale figures released in that year from Hot Toys, which was interesting because the previous year, 2023, I think they released like 4. I did a recap in 2023 also of Hot Toys recap, and I think it was like 3 or 4. I can't recall, but it was more than one. So, yeah, I don't know if they kind of just are just slowing down on that. I don't know if people are grabbing those as much, or I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on the whole quarter scale market? Do you think it's gone down? No thoughts?
I think, I don't know. They haven't been really selling them as much, so I don't know if they're going down or they just want to do less of them and sell more 1/6. But I mean, this is gorgeous. I mean, I could see people getting this. I don't know what else they did. I think they did a Batman Begins years ago, and then a Joker 2 also.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have any quarter scales, and haven't really been following them too closely. But no, I agree. This does look badass, especially with all the battle damage parts and pieces. The base looks badass also, and I forgot to mention he also does come with those these two laser effects here. They kind of look like laser blades coming from his forearms there. That the move that he performed at the end of Iron Man 2 when him and Rhodey were in that down below in the center. I forgot what he called it, the move he called it, but he just like wiped out all those extra drones, like one swoop, one twirling motion. Yeah, it looks really cool. Yeah. Anyone else got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, stupid quarter scale. That's the reason why, I'm assuming they've slowed down on it. Nobody's buying them much anymore because they are space hogs. They do take up a lot of room. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think it was Lou that was saying on Monday that most of the time quarter scales are centerpieces. So, I mean, if that's what you do, that's what you like. I mean, I've only got one quarter scale, and that was NECA's Raphael, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah. And once I got them in hand, I was like, no, I don't want quarter scale anymore because it's massive. It's huge.
Yeah, you weren't feeling it, yeah.
I couldn't find the room for it. There was no way I was going to get all 4 of them. I mean, I wanted to, but nothing I can do about it now. Nothing I'm going to do about it right now. So I'll stick with Raphael. I got my 7-inch Ninja Turtles. I'm good with that. So, yeah. See, look, man.
Oh, here's a comparison. I'm
It's
guessing
so
this is the
big.
Father and
the
son?
6 scale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, father and son. Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. Another family photo here, like another
Yep.
set of pictures. I don't say school pictures, but yeah. He's chaperoning his son. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
It's just they're huge. They take up a lot of space. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks good. I mean, they better look good for that scale. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, right.
It's just large. It's larger than 6 scale, so it better look good because
Yeah,
it's
like
bigger.
look at these details here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
And didn't they do the gantry version of this?
they do.
believe they did, right?
Pretty sure they do. Yeah, quarter scale, Mark
I
IV.
I think they did. Yeah.
Yeah, I could just imagine the space that took up. My God.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Huge. Yeah. Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, let me know in the chat or in the comments if they did. I thought they did the quarter scale gantry, but
They've
I'm
done
not
quite a
sure.
few quarter scale Iron Mans, I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. This would be, if anything, this would be a good centerpiece because you're just like your eye-catching piece in your collection, just of how big it is. It kind of stand probably in the center, and then everything kind of would gravitate around it. Yeah. So congrats though to those that got it. Yeah, like I said, I completely forgot about this one. I don't even think I remember it going up for pre-order. But yeah, it's out there. I'm not sure where it's at, like as far as availability or not. But yeah, if you got that, I'm sure it's going to look awesome in your collection.
Yeah, I see
All right,
a Mark
going on.
42. But as far as quarter scale goes, I see
Yeah.
a Mark 42, a Mark 4 with the suit up gantry. Yep.
Oh, okay. Wow, there is one. Okay.
I want to say there was a Mark II, but I think that may have been in the graveyard.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I'm curious
yeah.
now. I want to see. I think I want to watch a review on that gantry. I want to see how big it is.
There's a Mark III.
How massive. Yeah.
Mark III quarter
Blue's saying
scale.
I have one quarter scale Mando. I'm looking to unload it because it just doesn't fit in the collection. Yeah, that's another thing too, right? Kind of just off scale, and I know there's some collectors who kind of have a preference, or that's just one of the things that kind of bothers them. It's just like the difference in scale, and they want it to be as accurate as possible. So I can see that. I see where you're coming from. Blue's also confirming. Yep, they have a quarter scale gantry. I think it was for the Mark IV. It's too dang big. Yeah, yeah, that's a huge gantry. All right, going from one Iron Man to a more polished one. This was actually released. I know I saw the announcement, but I didn't realize it was already released. I saw the post on the blogger photos, which is what we're going to look at here. This is the Iron Man Mark III Gold Edition. This one has, so it's going to be exclusive, limited to 3,000 pieces. I think it was 500 in Hong Kong or in China, split between, I believe it's the three Hot Toys stores. But in selected markets, 3,000 total. I believe it's worldwide. Has yet to go for pre-order, but you can RSVP. The website on Sideshow is up. The page is up to RSVP. And from what it says on there, it's set to go up for pre-order Thursday. So tomorrow, February 6th, 10 a.m. Pacific, for those of you who are interested. And so on the Secret Base Facebook page, on their posts, they had it at, after the conversion, it's coming in at 331 USD. So I account for about a 20% Sideshow increase for sale here in the States. It'll probably be around $400-ish, so somewhere within that ballpark. So kind of keep that in mind if you're interested in picking this up. 400 USD, I should say. Which is, I think, a little lower than Iron Man's typically are. So that was kind of interesting to see there. Again, that's just an estimate, right? I'm just kind of estimating what it could be when it drops.
Yeah, it'd be
tomorrow.
about 405, 420, something around there.
4 or 5, yeah, somewhere in that. Yeah, depending on how much. Like I said, I use 20%, but if you want to kind of go 25, 30%, that kind of gives you an idea of what it's going to be.
Plus the tariffs.
But,
yeah,
Oh yeah, well yeah, those are already active now. They are, right? The tariffs.
I guess so. At least
Yeah.
the one from
Yeah.
China.
Yeah.
I think Canada and the U.S. decided to make a deal, so we'll see what happens here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of been seeing posts, but I haven't really been following too close. So I'm not sure what the status is on that there, on that. But I guess we'll see what happens. Man, not looking good. But yeah, so this definitely beautiful, bright and shiny. There is, I think, 1 or 2 reviews up already on this. Like I said, it's already released, and blogger photos are up, so it's already released in China. So some people do have it. Again, like we mentioned earlier, another Iron Man. I know some people were saying, man, it's like another Iron Man. But I'm not gonna lie, this looks kind of nice, especially with there's some photos up here that we'll see that just, oh man, it just put the icing on the cake. I'm not saying I'm getting it, or I'm still kind of, now it's like it's a temptation now. I'm like, oh man. I mean, yeah, it's just all gold and it's kind of like a gimmick. You know, some people would call it a cash grab. Just kind of what we all know, Hot Toys does their variants. They have different color schemes and things like that. And, you know, there are people who just love Iron Man, who collect nothing but Iron Man. They're just mostly Iron Man. Yeah, we have one on the panel here, hint, hint. But Blue, yeah, Beam, is this one that you're getting? Or you think is this going to be a pass for you?
It's a pass. If it were multiple colors like the black and gold one that I have, then yeah, I'd probably pick it up because, you know, it's limited. Limited is good for Iron Man collectors, but just flat gold. You know, if I would just go pick up the Midas for that. I don't have the Midas, so if I want it, and then fingerprints are getting it all over that damn thing.
Yep. Yeah,
so
gloves. Wrap it up.
Because the black and gold is very similar in that sheen, that shininess.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
I have the black and gold. I don't need an all gold Iron Man, an Iron Man Oscar, I guess if you could call it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I want to thank all the people who helped me get here. Yeah,
it is cool looking. I will not dispute that. It is cool. It's the Mark III for crying out loud. So it just not for me. As much as I like the Iron Man suit, I just got my Mark III in, so I'm happy with the regular Iron Man colors. I don't need, just like the neon techs. I mean, if you would have, they're just not. They don't intrigue me as much as, you know, the regular movie suits and the variant of like the black and gold.
Right. Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of similar where I got the red and chrome one. Is it the Mark III? Yeah, the Mark III red and chrome the most recent one that came out. That one looked nice too, and I ended up picking that one up.
Nice.
I passed on the black and gold one just because I have a smaller scale version of that already. But there's a lot of photos of these blogger photos. But yeah, you're right. The fingerprints, it's shiny, but you know the counter to that would be the Mark II, right? That just came out recently. That's obviously also shiny, but a shiny silver, of course, because it's the Mark II, you know, based on the movie. And you know, I got that one too because I love the way that one looked, and also it added to the first 3 suits, you know, to kind of complete that trio there. I have the Mark I, the 3, and then I got the 2. And so I wanted that kind of has like that fit like in 2, kind of met 2 criteria there, both like just like the aesthetic, and then also to complete that trio there. But speaking of, man, there's a lot of photos here. We haven't got to them yet. But let me kind of skip ahead now because it's taking a while. Unless I'm looking at here we go. Yeah. So this right here, when I saw this photo, man, this is what kind of really intrigued me. Having these 2 back to back like this or side by side, this looks pretty clean. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I haven't looked at them too closely, but I take it they're both the same suit, just one's gold. It's like a gold version of this Mark II / Mark III.
Yeah.
There's very similar suits. Yep.
Both of them together do look good.
They do.
Yeah. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this gold, this gold Mark III here, Robert?
I am so over Iron Man. I've been over Iron Man for the longest. I'm just like, how many color variations can they do? I mean, they already, like, are we just going to do solid gold everything? Like, they already did like a solid gold, Batman Beyond from the video game.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, when is enough enough? This is unnecessary, but I mean, people will buy it. Good.
Yeah.
I mean, good for you if you want it, but I'm just so over it. I've been over it for so long. I'm just like, whatever. Money, money, money.
Yeah. Yeah, this is another one where I think it would be a good example of being limited just because, I think it does appeal to niche collectors. Because it's not really, obviously, it's not based on anything. But that kind of brings me into my first topic, discussion topic. So, again, the Mark II is based on Iron Man, the first movie, right? Because that suit was in that movie. So do you think, though, if there was a gold version like this, let's just say, for example, this suit here was also included in that movie or some other movie, do you think people would have been more accepting of it? I mean, I haven't really heard the consensus on it yet because it just was just announced / release. But do you think in general people would probably gravitate more towards it if it was actually included in a movie?
More than likely, yes. Because I mean, what's the point in having a figure that was never in the movie in the first place? So I mean, yeah, if the gold was in the movie, I can see more people buying it. But I mean, you have to be like a super duper Iron Man fan just to get the gold one. I see people getting the silver one, of course, but not the gold.
Right. What do you think, Beam? You think people would kind of gravitate to picking this up if it was included in a movie? Or
I definitely agree with that. I mean, a lot of people, that big guy, I guarantee you they'd gravitate to it more than if it was in the movies. I would. I certainly would. So, because I want all those House Party Protocol figures. I want all of them. That's like my end all. Like as soon as I get them all, then I'll be able to be like, I think I'm done.
That would be badass, man.
We'll see what happens.
I'll be rooting for you to get there.
Yeah, damn it, you're showing me that, though you kind of make me want to get this. It's a good thing I don't have any figure money this week because I'll probably just miss out on it.
Me neither. My last order, I got my Beetlejuice on the way, and I also got my 66 outfit on the way. So, and I hope that one doesn't get delayed too bad because it's coming from 1/6 Kids. So. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, I think it gets usually pretty good. I haven't had any issues like that, unless it's out of his control, like delays,
USPS,
stuff like that. Yeah, stuff
delayed
like that.
everything on the 4th.
Yeah.
So anything coming from China, is delayed.
Right. Yeah. It'd be out of in that case it'd be based on the carrier, the shipping carrier, not really. Typically, I should say, he's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
But kind of going back to the whole discussion topic. The reason I bring that up is because like Robert mentioned, we saw that Batman Beyond gold figure, right? The gold edition that didn't do well, and we've also seen it in Troopers, right? In Clone Troopers, they did both the silver and the gold editions in addition to other kind of color variants. But I would say the silver, the chromes, I should say, the chrome Troopers probably sold better than the gold ones. And it kind of just shows you, right, just like the mentality, the expectation. I don't want to say the expectation, more like the mindset is what I would say. The mindset and the mentality of certain figures, and how you look at them, right? If this was, like I was just kind of bringing up, if this was in a movie or some sort of TV show or something, I would think people would probably want to get it. I could be wrong, but same thing can go for the Troopers, right? Those gold and chrome Troopers. Maybe if they were in actually in like a show, one of the animated shows or a movie, then people would probably want to pick those up. But because they're not, I think.
Too.
What's that?
There's gold Troopers too.
Yeah.
There's gold. Yeah, there's Hot Toys made gold Troopers as well. Yeah, gold, bronze.
Yeah, they're dipping everything in gold.
Kind of wanted that porcelain design one. That porcelain design.
Yeah.
Troopers. I wanted that.
Yeah.
Kind of wanted that. But that'd be cool. I kind of want to get them and put them in my Star Wars display.
This guy right here? Are you talking
get him
about
a new
Troopers?
nameplate that says Mark 3PO. That's what I want.
That's pretty clever. I like that. Mark 3PO. Oh, yeah. That would be kind of cool, actually, to see kind of like that whole like what if crossover type of thing. That would be actually pretty interesting. That's a good idea. I kind of want you to do that now, just so I can see that. No pressure. Yeah.
No, I don't think I'll be able to get him. He's too limited. If he were a regular run, I'd probably get him.
I want to say though, because just for that reason we were talking about, I don't think a lot of people. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't see this selling out. I think this might be up for a while. Just again, based on the gold Batman, that
True.
purple and gold Batgirl. Again, the chrome and gold troopers. I don't know, but this is Iron Man, so I know Iron Man globally is pretty popular. So you know, because they're still making them, obviously in these different variants. So we'll see how it goes.
I need to start doing the house party protocol with diecast though. I need some.
Yeah, I'm
some
sure they'll get
die-cast.
there. I'm sure they'll get there.
You're freaking better.
So yeah, I forgot to mention the from what I've seen on the post, the secret base post or the Hot Toys post, the blogger photos, that this Iron Man comes with 6 hands, interchangeable battle damage armor parts, and a gold theme LED USB powered base. Again, there's some review videos on there to check that out. But yeah, I think so far it's like pretty similar. The swap out interchangeable armor pieces are the same as the Mark II, I believe it is, and then the base is also, it looks to be the similar as the Mark II, but just gold. And minus the kind of rings that you can attach to it, but I'm not entirely sure. It looks to be that way, but again, I'm not sure.
Well, it's just they're the same suits, just Mark III's painted and Mark II's not. So, and then the Mark II also has the rivets. Yeah. You can the visible rivets on the side in that. So.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is So then this would definitely be more akin to the Mark. Well, it is the Mark III, obviously,
Mark III, yeah.
but as far as I don't think the base, the Mark III didn't have.
That's the black and gold base. Same.
Oh,
base
is it? They also
use
it for the black and gold. Yeah, because they had a similar base for the Mark II as well, but I didn't know they had it for the black and gold. Well, so it's the same, like the gold color scheme and everything is the same.
Mm-hmm. Yep, same thing.
Oh, okay, interesting, nice.
Pretty sure if I remember correctly. But yeah, it looks
better look.
It looks like the black and gold one.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I know we spent.
Hot Toys and reusing bases.
Yeah, for sure, reusing anything. Yeah, anything they can. Yep. But yeah, so that's the Iron Man Mark III Gold Edition. Gold Edition going up again for a pre-order Thursday, February 6th, 10 a.m. Pacific. So mark your calendar, set your alarms, get your post-its, send your early faxes, whatever you got to do to make sure you get it. Let me get Robert back in here. Yeah, kind of longer than probably we were expecting to spend on this gold edition, but pretty tempting. All right, going on to our next, going on to the announcement now. Those were all three. Those were three, right? Yeah, 3 releases. Switching over to the announcements. First one up, we got the Hono Spider-Man from the Disney Plus show, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which I have yet to see, but this is up for pre-order, $200 USD. We'll discuss that here in a little bit. Set to come out the end of this year, Q4, to the Q1 of next year, 2026. Has your typical Spider-Man articulation, right? About 30 points, which it should, because it's a Spider-Man, so you have to be able to pose it well. Just like similar Hono figures, doesn't come with too much as far as accessories. He has 3 pairs of hands, 2 bendable webs, and then he has the typical swap out comic display stand in the back, and we'll kind of take a look at that. But yeah, it's gonna be a pass for me. I'll just say that off the bat. Like I said, I haven't seen the show yet. I've been hearing good things, but as far as the figure doesn't really appeal to me. The homemade suits didn't really appeal to me in general. The the Holland suit wasn't really feeling, so I kind of passed on that one as well. Although I do like the colors on this, I do like the way it pops. I just kind of love the variation and when they add color to figures, kind of make them pop and stand out, make them unique and different, kind of more artistic and stylish. So I typically enjoy that. But I'll turn it over to you guys before we talk about the price aspect. What do you guys think about this figure? No thoughts?
I really don't. I don't even like this suit. It's just ugly.
No? Okay.
It's really ugly.
Gotcha. Yeah, Sin here saying the costume design is too lackluster for me. Yeah, and I get that. I definitely get that. Yeah, I forgot to mention it also does come with a backpack here. This looks to be plastic. The hands, I was also going to say the hands on this figure, just kind of, I know he's supposed to have gloves on, but I'm guessing these are like his fingers. His fingers are exposed, and he's supposed to have like one of those fingerless gloves.
Mhm.
That type of figure. I don't know. Yeah, it just looks weird. I don't know. It looks
They were
weird
with a
right here for
regular
some
homemade
reason.
suit too.
Oh, were they? Okay,
Mhm.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, this they just maybe they're not well painted here. I don't know what it is. It just looks kind of off here.
That's why it's good. It's coming from Hono because it's flat. I mean, there's not much to it.
Yeah,
No real no real huge designs or outlandish outfits. So
yeah.
more reason to let Hono do it than Hot Toys. So I've only
Yeah.
seen the first 2 episodes of the.
Okay.
They've got 3 more out, I think, today.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
I still have to go back and watch
Already,
those. The first 2 episodes were all right. I mean,
Mhm.
well, they weren't great, but they were all right.
Okay.
I have to finish the show before I decide whether or not I want to get this
Gotcha.
because it's Spider-Man.
Right.
So we'll see. I don't have a homemade suit anymore. I got rid of it just to make space. So maybe the animated one may or may not enter the collection. It all depends on how well the show finishes for me. We'll see what happens. Whether or not I need the representation in there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and here's the look at everything it comes with. Again, I mentioned the backdrop, the display there with the interchangeable comic cover. I'm pretty sure that just like the others, they're probably going to have this. What you see here is going to be attached to the box, and you're probably going to have to cut it out. It's kind of what they've done so far with the Wolverines, anyway. So I'm guessing it's going to be the same. The bendable webs, just like the symbiote suit Spider-Man that came before it, the black suit from Hono, that also had the bendable webs, which were pretty appealing to some collectors, to some people there, just because I think that's the first time that Hot Toys has done that. High quality, highly articulated, 1/6 scale, of course, and I already mentioned the time frame. So entry grade, right here. I kind of touched on this again during my 2024 recap episode of How You Figure. And when we were talking about Hot Toys controversies, because again, before when Hono came out, we weren't sure how they were related, but now it seems like, I mean, it's still not 100% clear to me, but it seems like they're just a team within Hot Toys, or at least Hot Toys owns them, and so they're definitely a part of Hot Toys. They come there, the figures come in Hot Toys boxes, so yeah, it's definitely at least a team within Hot Toys there. But yeah, so we had some discussions on what entry grade is supposed to be, and as far as pricing, right? So this is how they labeled it in the beginning when Hono first came out. It just says entry grade, and they never specified their pricing or a range or anything like that. And because of that, this allows them to kind of vary their price, which I have been doing, right? We've been seeing it from Wolverine to Spider-Man. I think it's a Magneto, the Spider-Man I was referring to, the black suit Spider-Man, or the symbiote. So, and then now this one, right, is more of an increase. Oh, the Iron Man, right, the Hono Iron Man. And so, yeah, it's kind of frustrating, I know, for collectors, because we have an idea of what it should be, and sometimes when we don't see things that pan out to what our expectations are, that can kind of turn us off from it. And so there's been a lot of discussion on this, even from the beginning, on what entry grade actually means. And like I mentioned in that recap episode, How You Figure, just because it's just based on it varies from collector to collector, right? Because that could refer to either entry grade from people who aren't normally collecting 1/6 scale. They, like, say, for example, they come from 12 scale, and this would kind of be considered an entry grade into 6 scale. Is this entry grade per the materials? And so yeah, and some people have an idea that that it should follow some sort of standard, but there's just not really that I'm aware of, like, an actual standard of as far as like pricing and figures. And another example would be Mondo, right? Some people think Mondo figures are overpriced for what they are, and so if there was one, I don't think certain companies are following it. And I think that's why they have that's why they have the MSRP, right? The manufacturer suggested retail price, because they can pretty much price it for whatever they want, whatever they feel it's worth. Having said all that, though, on the other hand, there is a point where collectors just feel like something's going to be too expensive for a certain product or a certain figure, and then that's where the whole vote with your wallet comes in, and people just kind of gravitate towards well, this is too expensive. I'm not getting it. I'm not paying that for what it is. Some people still will, but I'm sure there's a point where there's like a commonality between with all collectors, like, okay, that's just too expensive. I'm not paying that. And then that would be an example of the collectors coming together and just collectively, voting with their wallet, and then the companies see that, hopefully, and then they make their change. So, that's just ideally what could happen. But as long as there are people still buying certain things for a certain price, they're going to keep selling with whatever price that they suggest, quote unquote. So having said all that, again, I think this is overpriced for what it is. Like, I'm not buying it anyway, so I can't really comment too much on it, other than if I were to buy it, I think if I was thinking about it, I'd probably pass just because of the price. Because again, Iron Man was what was that 205, 215, something like that, right?
215.
You correct me on, was it? Yeah, for the Hono. So you compare that to this. What's the justification for the increase in price here? If it's using the same Spider-Man bodies as previous, I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, but is it some of them engineering on the parts and the pieces? I don't know. Compared to the Iron Man that had seamless arms, light up function, this doesn't have that. So again, it's kind of, what are you willing to spend? What are you willing to pay for your figures, and what it comes with? That again, that just goes back to everyone's preference and what they're willing to spend. So it's kind of a question that you have to figure out for yourself on what you want to buy. How do you value your products there? But you guys got anything to add on that, or any thoughts or comments on that? I guess Beam.
It's definitely janky that you start at 160 and then shoot up to 200 for something that's even less than what you had your first figure for. So, or even the same amount of stuff that comes with you came with your first figure. And Wolverine, I mean, it's not like there's a likeness here. It's animated. So I'm not sure what they're thinking. Maybe they're trying to jump ahead with the tariffs and whatnot. But
true, yeah.
It's crazy that it's $200. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, do you think do you think like their Hono line is not doing as well as they thought, and that's why they kind of separated like the Hot Toys comic versions from the Hono?
I don't know. Because the Wolverine sold out it sold pretty well. It was sold out at a lot of places, and right off the bat, and they did that. Obviously, the brown suit, but that was limited, granted, but that still sold out. But overall, I think that I heard nothing but high praise for that figure. I mean, I have it. I enjoy it. But again, it's just a matter of, the question is like the longevity, right? That's just something we don't know yet for these Hono figures.
Well, yeah, there's Spider-Man, the symbiote suit that's waitlisted too. So.
Yeah.
At least on
and
and
hashtag where's Thor?
That's another question. Yeah, where's Thor? Yeah. I think I don't know if I mentioned this on the previous stream, but if they're just holding off, there's a delay because they're still working on the on that figure, then I would say let them cook. Let them do their thing. I know it's frustrating because you want to see it, but I'm more of like, just put it out when it's ready. Don't rush anything, and do your thing. Do your thing, Hono. But
I mean, to stay on that money topic again, we're going to go back to it.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't see that Hono should do anything over 215. Anything over 215 would start to go out of that entry grade pricing, in my opinion. So.
No, I agree, especially because that'll, like Robert was bringing up here. It'd be close to Hot Toys prices, right? And even then, I don't know. Like, I don't think anyone does except for Hot Toys. Like, how do they decide which figure goes in their comic line, which figure goes within Hono? I don't know if it's like the amount of accessories, the engineering, the design. Obviously, some of the stuff is reused, so I don't know if it's new parts for certain things or what. For reference, I brought up the Doom figure again on my recap episode. Dr. Doom was the first comic figure they released after they had already introduced Hono. and that figure was $280 USD
Yep.
at the gate. So, $280, and you compare, let's say, Iron Man, which is the most expensive Hono right now, is $215. I think you said, Robert, right? $215.
Yeah, $215 for that Iron Man.
So that's about like a $65 difference there, right? So do you think that $65 difference went into more of the armor for Doom and the base he comes with and things like that, or what, right? So it's kind of those questions like, what's the rationale in that? I don't know. What were you gonna say, Beam?
I was going to say factor in that shipping cost as well when it's done, when you're done paying off that $215. So
yeah,
that's another $30-$40 right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can
Robert, you got any thoughts on that?
The Hono Iron Man is kind of expensive. I mean, considering it's like seamless and
right, and light up
I can see why
features on the chest and the hands.
Something like this does not need to be $200.
Yeah, right. It's like $15 difference between that Iron Man and this. So yeah, and then the black suit was what again? 170?
Symbiote suit?
Like
the symbiote suit? Yeah. Symbiote
175.
Suit, 175, okay.
Yeah, 175.
Yeah, ever since I think it was Magneto was 175. Symbiote suit's 175. Unmasked was 175. Unmasked Wolverine. So they've hit that like 175 should be like where everything is for them. I don't think they should go any. I mean, yeah, you put the light up function on that Iron Man, but 200 is where it should be. At $25 more.
Yeah, that's another difficult thing too, right? Because if they do set a price point, or like a maximum for the figure, then that would eliminate certain possibilities, right? Like, say, I don't know, just theoretically, or I should say hypothetically, if they wanted to add like a certain feature or something to Hono, and that's just going to push it over that price point. Maybe they just kind of forego it or something, or I don't know. I guess I should say on the plus side, having that kind of ambiguity in what entry grade is kind of allows them, like I said, the flexibility, not only in a bad way, but in a good way, right? Because then they can throw in certain things. But then, yeah, if it gets too close to a Hot Toys figure, then, they might as well. And that's probably what their thought process, right? As I'm thinking about it, like at that point, they're like, well, we might as well just make it a part of the Hot Toys comic line. In that case, if it's already going to be that close. So as far as the cap, though, I don't know. My initial thought would be 200, but that's just kind of based on what the average Hono is so far. But
right
then,
if I say that, the entry grade, it's no longer entry grade after that.
Yeah.
If they were going to make this $200, they could have at least gave him like an animated head sculpt or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something else, but this is just bare bones. It's just nothing to go on. Some webs and
should have been 175 like the rest of them.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't even see too many people buying this. I don't really see it unless you're like a diehard Spider-Man fan.
Yeah, that's who I see this is for. Yeah, or the people that really enjoyed the show, that liked the show, or the diehard Spider-Man fans. I will also say that the $200, that's not based on anything. I'm just kind of, like I mentioned, it's just based on the Hono figures. But even then, that Iron Man was like $215, so that's already going over that. So that kind of is already out the door there on that price point. But yeah, I don't really think. I'm trying to think back now. Like I mentioned, for that when we discussed the Hono Iron Man and a figure lowdown stream previously, I mentioned the whole price point and why I thought they priced it the way they did, and how there's just like a big gap between the most expensive 12 scale, like, imports, the figures like Mafex, for instance, versus a Hot Toys figure. There's like a big price difference gap in there, and so that's what I thought Hot Toys was aiming for. And so maybe that's the thing too, right? As long as they fill in that gap there, then they're still going to be appealing to the 12 scale collectors, where they see, a $200 Iron Man, right? Because again, it's all what you're comparing to, your frame of reference. If you compare it to a Hot Toys Spider-Man, which is what, like, usually close to about $275-ish, maybe $300, this might seem more appealing. And then, but 6 scale collectors, maybe maybe they might be thinking the same thing, or like, okay, it's a $200 Spider-Man as opposed to what I'm usually paying for a 6-scale Spider-Man. So, either way, like there's that comparison there, and just again that mentality, that mindset of how you look at it and how it seems, whether you feel like it's more affordable or too expensive. So it's just different perspectives there. But let me see here. Let me address the chat on this. I know we spent a good amount of time on that one. Big Rib is saying, what's up, fellas? What is going on? Big Rib, thank you for coming through. Hopefully you're having a good night. Sin was asking here, what price limit should Hono have? Yeah, in your opinion? Yeah, I kind of just mentioned the 200, but I don't know now. After having discussing it more, I don't know. It may be high. I don't know. I may have to think about that a little more and see what it is. It's kind of, yeah, Sin saying 215 is my max out. Yeah, just like where that Iron Man is. Yep. Yeah, I'll buy that for $1. This Hono Spider-Man, yeah. Yeah, Hono Hulk makes sense. It's for a higher price. Yeah, see something like that. That's a good example. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, so like if we say, people have the mindset of $215 or $200 max, but this, if they themselves tell themselves, I'm not spending any more than that for a Hono figure, and Hono releases a Hulk that's like $230, are you just gonna be like, nope, that's over my max, I'm not gonna get it? Or are we gonna justify, I'm like, okay, well, it's a bigger figure, it's seamless, and those are the questions that come into play and that we don't really account for until the figure comes out and we're like, okay, well, that makes sense, type of thing. So it's just, it's kind of hard to say, right? But that's a good point, Sin. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Beam?
Still shouldn't reach over 215, even if it's seamless.
For a Hulk, you think a
Hulk's going to be a little bit bigger, yeah, but
because if they compare it to the Iron Man, right? Because the Iron Man was 215, so if they if they have the Hulk,
you hit over that point, you're going to just, I don't know, 230. They were Hot Toys was 215, 230 when I started, so it's like, I guess it's kind of. That's when I started, tough, but right? they were already freaking damn near 10 years in when I started. So
going, I mean, they are going to go up and eventually, right? I think you also brought up the point when we saw those Marvel figures from Deadpool, Wolverine, right? The Human Torch, Nice Pool. They were like at 305 already, and you kind of were thinking that it seems like Marvel figures are already going up in price, and so. I mean, yeah, we all know eventually all the figures are going to go up in price. It's just the rate in which they do, right? How quickly they go up in price. And so it's just, it seems like Hono's already kind of creeping up there. But it's tough. It's tough to say. So again, it just comes back to whether we feel as collectors, the individual collector feels like this is worth their money and they want to spend that for it. And I'm sure there's some out there who will, and they may pick this up. But if not, then we may see potentially a point where it just sits because it's too expensive. We may have like a similar, like, again, speculating if this was the cause of those cancellation of the What If Iron Man and the Young Barry, right? I think some of us were speculating that it was just because of low interest. Maybe it might become a situation like that. I don't know. There's like a point where the collectors just refuse. Like, you know what? I'm not buying it for that price, and then that'll make Hot Toys, aware. That'll make them see like, oh, damn, okay, maybe. Either we should lower the price or maybe we shouldn't do this anymore.
Just money hungry.
Yeah. Yep.
Good Lord.
All right. Since saying Juggernaut or Hulk are worth the higher price. Oh, man, if they did a Hono Juggernaut, oh, damn. I might be really tempted on that.
Man, I have been waiting for Toys Era. They were supposed to be re-releasing the comic Juggernaut. And I pre-ordered that like 2 years ago. And
oh, really?
I heard nothing. It's like,
wow, I didn't. I guess I missed that. I don't remember seeing that at all. You'll have to send me the link to that when you can after the stream.
Well, this was years ago, so I got it through Kit, so he took it down a long time ago.
Right, yeah. I'm just curious. I guess I can Google it too. I'm just curious to see how it looks, like what it looks like. Yeah, I'm just, I completely missed that one. But we have, I want to say is Vendura. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. In the house is hello, Vendura or Vendura. Hopefully I'm pronouncing one of those two ways correctly. Thank you for joining us. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. Thank you for joining us and coming through and saying hello. Hopefully you're doing well. All right, so going on, I know, again, this is another topic we spent a good amount of time on, but I just realized I forgot to mention, you guys, when we were talking about the Gold Iron Man and the Midas, I had put the slide together to compare the two just real quick. You know, there's the Gold Iron Man being mentioned that there was at the Hot Toys Mark 21, the Iron Man, the Midas, and that was released in 2020, and that was actually the second time I believe they released it, because there was another one in 2015, I think it was. I can't remember, but there was a Midas that had Hot Toys released previous to this 2021. But I just wanted to show this quick comparison here. Another gold edition that was also in the movies. I think this was Mark Iron Man 3 as well. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. I can't recall, but yeah. So the Mark 20 released in 2021, another gold-plated or gold-ish Iron Man. This suit was based on the Mark. I want to say this was the Mark 7, I believe, the one that is in Avengers. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but a different suit, you know, compare where this newer one is based on the Mark 3, like we were just discussing. So yeah, just kind of comparison. If you're interested in a gold-plated Iron Man, there's a couple of options in there. Granted, the Mark 21, the Midas, is older, but different look, right? So if you want a different gold-plated Iron Man suit, you got options there. All right. Okay, going on to the next announced figure, the figure announcement from Hot Toys that we got. This is the one and only one, Blade from Deadpool and Wolverine. So this was yeah. I know people were eagerly awaiting this one, the announcement of this, because since we got that tease, the Resistance tease of all the Resistance figures from Deadpool and Wolverine. So they finally got Blade, $290 USD. It is available for pre-order, set to come out again Q1, Q2 of 2026. You know, a lot of figures, like I mentioned in a previous stream, that are coming out those 2 quarters. So yeah, it's gonna be raining figures during those 2 quarters, Q1, Q2 of 2026. So let's see here. This the accessories that comes with Blade here. This Blade, so 10 hands. He has 10 interchangeable hands. The bazooka that you see here on screen. That also includes an attachable rocket and a effect that we'll look at. There's some photos on here. His pistol, a glaive. He has 2 glaives, one clean and one bloodstained, and then 2 daggers, one clean and one bloodstained. And then he also has a rocky base, which I'm guessing might be similar to the, as far as like the quality of how it's made, to the Deadpool. The one that came with the Deadpool, the special edition Deadpool, that was kind of hollow. I mean, it looked nice, yeah, but it was just hollowed out. So I'm guessing it might be some. I don't know. I could be wrong, but yeah. Again, fans eagerly awaiting this one, finally released here. I will say there is, like I mentioned, it is up for pre-order. Interestingly enough, there's what they're calling a first edition, where the initial pre-orders come with this exclusive his sword from the movies, from Blades 1 through 3. I think it was the same in all 3, but they're throwing that in here, and it has interchangeable hilts. So we'll look at the 2 hilts here. So like the hilt, the standard hilt, you know, with the prongs closed, and then another one with them open. I don't know if you remember from Blade 1. I think it was Blade 1. No, it might have been Blade 2. Right, Blade 1, where he had a mechanism where, like, if someone didn't know how to hold it, it would just, like, the prongs would pop out and then bust open your hand, just rip apart your hand. And so it has that hilt as well. This, last I looked, the special edition, or this first edition, is timed, so it's a limited timed edition, and I believe there's like 26 days and some hours left. Last I looked, I believe it was 28 days total to pre-order it. So that's how much time you have to go up to Sideshow. I think it's exclusive to Sideshow for now. You go in there, and if you pre-order it within that time frame, you'll be part of this first edition exclusive to get this the sword with the interchangeable hilt. And so I don't think it's kind of interesting, for one, that Hot Toys is labeling it a first edition. I know they did that with Deadpool, right, with the golden guns. And that, like I mentioned, that theme base, but I don't think they labeled it first edition. It was just kind of, like if you go and pre-order it, there was already a batch made for China, and then people got them, almost immediately, pretty quick, right? But I don't. Did they label that first edition or anything like that?
I don't think so.
I never heard anything.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So, and I guess in this case, they're kind of jumping. They're kind of getting ahead of it, and they're actually labeling it first edition here for those people who pre-order within that time frame. The only thing is, like, I don't know if this is going to be available as quick as it was for Deadpool with Deadpool release. I don't know if that's what that means, or if this is just more like, okay, the pre-orders is going to take the same amount of time, but just those who pre-order within that window are going to get this special edition sword accessory. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be like a quick release, or still they're still going to have to kind of wait for the standard release of the figure?
I mean, considering how long it took them.
Oh, I think we lost you, Robert. Yeah, I think so. Beam, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be a quick release, or?
I don't know. I mean, that'd be kind of cool if it was, but I think it says. Let me see. Yeah, it's not due out for another year, so. Well, yeah, it might be a quicker release. Maybe we'll get it before January or December. Maybe it'll be a Christmas release. Not sure. I'm not sure exactly what they meant by first edition, other than my first thought was, because it's their first blade had the sword. I don't know what that means. It's could be anything really. But this is how you should handle all your exclusive releases. By the way,
right.
It doesn't even have to be 28 days. You could put it up to 14 days, 15 days.
Yeah.
Fuck, and hey, man, it's how you should handle them all. This is awesome. There's only one blade. Only ever going to be one blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blue says here.
Ordered him right away. I did not hesitate.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yep. Put some points on him. Used that special thanks. So I got him down like 250. So that was nice.
Nice.
Yeah, super dope. This was the one I was waiting for. I don't even have X23 on order yet. But yeah, this was definitely the one I was waiting for, and he looks phenomenal. Not sure. I mean, I'm glad they gave him movable eyes and whatnot, but really wasn't needed. Yeah. He wore his glasses the entire time in the film, so.
Yeah, good point.
The only time you saw him without was in the backstage shots that were all over posted online. So I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm glad it's there. I'm glad it's an option. Because they nailed the sculpt. They really did.
Yeah, that head sculpt is beautiful.
It looks exactly like Wesley Snipes now.
I really hope they do like a Blade 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I really do hope so.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's going to be in there. He's going to be in the MCU for a little while. So let's go pump out those figures. Get that money.
Yeah. Make that money.
Make it.
Yeah, what are your any other thoughts on this, Robert? On Blade? Are you picking this one up?
I really like this. This is really awesome looking. I contemplated it because I was like, well, I already have the So Blade ordered. So I wasn't quite sure on this one, but just looking at it, it looks pretty good. But I'm probably just going to stick to the So one because I didn't really care for this look in the film. I like the whole trench coat and the sword in the back. And the So one, I mean, it's from the third movie. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but I just like the design of it with the big like diamond in front of his chest, and like the inner lining of his coat is red, and because that's how he is in the comics. It's like you show a little bit of red under his coat. And yeah, I think that look is badass to me. But I mean, this is beautiful too. I might pick it up later. I don't know, but I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking with So.
Gotcha. Yeah, and here's that the alternate hilt that I was talking about. So you get both of these here with the special edition exclusive. Again, it's a limited time exclusive, so it's up for pre-order right now on Sideshow's website. So if you pre-order within that time frame, I think there's, like I said, 26 days left to pre-order, and so everyone who's in that pre-order within that window gets this blade sword from the trilogy with the interchangeable hilt, which it's pretty cool. I agree with Beam that I know this is a limited edition exclusive accessory only, but I think they should handle all exclusives like this. And I know we've discussed this before. I don't know what the reasoning that they don't do that. Maybe there's probably multiple factors, but it's cool that they're at least doing this for the accessories. And I know they've done it before with previous figures as well. There's certain special editions that they had. I think wasn't the Samurai Predator special edition timed as well.
I'll say yes.
They did some yeah, right. I want to say there was. I know I can't remember off the top of my head. I think even that Deadpool. I could be wrong. The special edition Deadpool. I think that might have been timed as well. Yeah, let me know in the chat or in the comments. And I know I can go back and look it up myself, but at the moment,
Revenant and Starkiller also timed?
That I don't know. I know they came with the coin, but I can't remember if those were actually timed, because if we're kind of basing off, like, for instance, Darth Maul, the special edition is not timed. It's just, if you want that coin or not, you have that option to get that special edition. So I want to say the other Siths were like that, but I'm not sure. You might be right. Might be right on that. So I think this looks good. Yeah, I think at first I thought the head sculpt was a little off, but then I kind of saw some comparison posts that people had already put up comparing the actual photo of what it was like in the movie, and I think it looks pretty good. It's just the facial expression, right? He looks like he's kind of over it here. But yeah, the details, the wrinkles, the skin texture, like, man, look at that. And of course, this is usually how it goes, right? Hot Toys kills it with their, well, not always, but for the most part, their prototypes look awesome. Their texturing and their all the imperfections in this. Yeah, older figures, the imperfections in the skin, they do a good job. And so this is no different here. But to kind of show you too, you guys brought up the previous, or Robert, you brought up the previous blade. I kind of wanted to show you guys here. Oh, also real quick, this hand looks kind of, again, I know it's a prototype, but the hand looks, like it could use a little more work. It looks too kind of toyish right here, like plasticky. So, I mean, obviously it is made out of plastic, but, compare that to his head, right, with more of like the details and stuff. I don't know. I think they just could use some more work on the hands there.
Yeah,
nitpick.
For some reason, they always give their figures Mickey Mouse hands. I don't understand
yeah.
that. I really don't.
Yeah, that would just be a critique, I should say. I mean, ultimately, I'm I'm with you, Robert. I'm passing on this one because I have I'm getting the Present Toys iteration of this, and that one is based on Blade 2. So I kind of like that look. I would have preferred a Blade from Blade 1, the first movie, but for some reason, no one has done that. I don't know why, but speaking of, so the previous Blade, the previous Blade figure that Hot Toys did do was from Blade 2 as well. And so I wanted to throw this up right here so you can kind of see the comparison. And that previous Blade figure came out in 2010. And so you can see I'm definitely younger, much younger compared to now. Even kind of like they both have certain faces, but again, you compare Wesley's expression in this newer one to the previous one, he's just like over it. He's just done. It's just it's interesting what the difference the glasses make, right? When you look at it with the glasses, it kind of has a different vibe. But so that kind of brings me to the next discussion point here for this is, we've seen some of these figures come out. This is a good example, right? Blade 2, an older figure compared to this one now, this Deadpool and Wolverine Blade figure. What are your thoughts on collectors? I don't want to say settling, but getting a figure, a version of a figure that may not be what they prefer just for the sake of having one, versus holding out to potentially get the one they want, or even getting a previous one. Again, example being that, Hot Toys so for this here, for people who don't have a blade at all, and now this Deadpool Wolverine blade has come out, do you think collectors would kind of see more as their opportunity just to get this one, or do you think it'd be kind of more worthwhile to wait to see, or maybe, I mean, kind of do both, right? Put this on pre-order, and then if another version that collectors want, for example, being like the one from Blade 2 or Blade 3, cancel their pre-order of this and then get that one, which we've seen before. I don't know, what are your thoughts on that whole strategy there, Beam?
Of waiting? Oh.
Yeah, either getting this one because, people don't have a Blade figure, and so they're like, you know what, I'm just going to get this because I want a Blade figure and I missed out on the other ones, so I'm just going to go with this one. Or do you think it's probably good to wait and to see if Hot Toys does a one of the previous Blades from the previous movies?
Personal
What would you
preference,
do,
I guess.
say?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna wait it out. They're probably
right,
not
okay.
gonna make a Blade from the older movies, but it'd be cool. I mean, I'm not even sure how old those movies are. Maybe since they have the Wesley likeness, they might be like, oh, we're gonna wait for the anniversary of one of them, or they could just drop one. Who knows? Hot Toys does what Hot Toys does. The third-party versions are actually decent versions. So if anybody got those, like you said, you did.
Yep.
Congratulations. I kind of slept on those. I didn't care for the likenesses. But I wanted to get this Deadpool Wolverine one because the presence in the film sold it basically for me, because I loved his return, as it were, to the Marvel universe, and now technically Blade is in the Marvel universe, the MCU, because he's in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. So yeah, I'm happy. Anybody would be happy with any one of those choices, because they all look really good. They've all turned out really good, from what the pictures that I've seen. So, and then Hot Toys is just awesome anyway. So it's it all boils down to preference and what you feel like spending your money on. So
Yeah, just like we mentioned and we've discussed earlier. And that's another thing too that I didn't add to that factor is just there's some people who just prefer officially licensed products, right? So they don't even touch third party, and so that kind of but in that that limits their options, right? So then their options currently would be limited to this Blade 2 here that Hot Toys previously did, or now this newer one, and then I've kind of heard some people saying that they don't. Robert mentioned this too. I think I'm in the same boat that, this Blade, it was cool. I do agree. His appearance, his cameo in this, his introduction to Deadpool Wolverine was awesome. I was just pretty stoked. I even kind of cheered out with everybody else. But, if I had to pick one, this wouldn't be my preference of a figure to have. Hence why I personally got the Present Toys one, because I prefer, like I said, one from the previous movies. And in that case, Blade 2. So... then that kind of goes back to the question, right? Do you think people would just kind of like, well, I don't have a Blade, I want a Blade, I'll get this, even though this is not my favorite look, it's an officially licensed Blade, I'm not going to get the other one, the previous Blade, just because it's older, it's an older figure already. So what are your thoughts on that, Robert?
I still think the Blade 2 figure is still a good figure. I would just update the head sculpt. And if you got the cash, I'm sure you could find some customizers out there that can do a better job, and you can just pop that head right on it, and it still looks good. But yeah, that Blade 2 definitely needs a 2.0, and I hope it comes soon, because I don't see Mahershala Ali coming anytime soon. So it's just like, now it's a good time while he's not on screen to put it out there. So.
No, it is tough. And then again, if you add the third party factor in that, the options in there, it just makes the decision even tough. And like Beam said, I agree, it just kind of comes down to your preference, right? And if you're willing to wait and see if the company that you prefer makes a version of Blade, or just in general, like a character that you're looking for, an iteration of a character that you like, you know, kind of if you want to wait it out and see if you actually get the figure you want. Another example is Indiana Jones, right? Hot Toys recently announced they put up that Dial of Destiny figure. It's an older indie. I personally pre-ordered that one because, again, I fell in that category where I didn't have any other Indiana Jones figures. It was made by Hot Toys. It had leather clothing. Some of the clothing on there were leather. I can't remember exactly which ones. I think it was just the boots, but I think it was more than that. But yeah, it was an indie figure, and I didn't have any of them. And so, you know what? I figured it's not the exact version I would have wanted. I probably would have wanted one from either Temple or Last Crusade, Temple of Doom or Last Crusade. But, you know, he's like, you know what? This is an indie figure. I don't know if we're going to get another one. So I pre-ordered that one. But, you know, if Hot Toys does, as some collectors were speculating, you know, like you just mentioned, Beam, if now Hot Toys has this Indiana Jones, they have the likeness now. I know it varies per movie. You know, they kind of usually have to get it per movie. It's on like a movie case by case basis. So maybe it might be easier. I don't know, or it might be more difficult. I don't know. But if Hot Toys does make a figure from those older movies, then I'll have to ask myself, okay, do I want to cancel the Dial of Destiny one and pick up the new one, or just do I want to stick with the other one? I don't know. Again, that's just a bridge I'm gonna have to cross when I get to it. Same thing happened with the Blitzway Ghostbusters, right? Again, going back to third party, a lot of people pre-ordered the Present Toys figures based on Ghostbusters. I did myself because, again, I wasn't going to go back and pay those expensive prices for the previous Blitzway. I didn't have any Ghostbusters, and then look what happened. You know, Blitzway teases their supposed 2.0s. I don't know yet what those are going to be, but still pending license approval on those last I saw. But, you know, now there's a potential those come out. People just got excited. I know some collectors started canceling their Present Toys ones in anticipation of those. So yeah, it's just we never know, right? We never know, and it's kind of a gamble.
Are either of you guys seeing them?
The Blitzway ones?
Yeah, the Blitzway Ghostbusters.
I don't know. You know, honestly, I didn't cancel. I have Present Toys on pre-order still. I'm gonna hold on to those, and I'm just gonna do the waiting game, wait and see. You know, again, I'm just gonna kind of see how they come out. Price is obviously a factor, right? We always bring that up, that price is definitely a factor for a lot of collectors. And so if the Present Toys come out decent and those are good enough for me, then I might stick with those. You know, I got to look at the price of Blitzway and see how those actually come out. So I don't know. What about you, Beam?
The Blitzway ones.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for Blitzway to redo
Okay.
those. I'm definitely not. I don't. Somebody needs to give me a damn good Winston. No one's done a good Winston. I say that every time I talk about the Ghostbuster figures. Nobody has gotten Winston's likeness right, and they just need to go back and do it again. Because make it look like Ernie Hudson, or don't do it at all.
Oh, really? You're like, not at all?
That's what well, if you're not gonna make it look like him, then I'll still get the damn thing. But you know, I'm waiting for Blitzway because I know they look like they were giving them more than one head sculpt. So definitely gonna wait and see what Blitzway does. I didn't like the
Present Toys has the multiple head sculpts as well, but yeah, that's the question, right? How are they gonna come out? What's the final gonna look like? That is the question. But yeah, so you know, there's just some things. Again, I'm just curious here. Let me know in the chat what you, for one, if you're getting this blade here, or if you are gonna wait and see if Hot Toys does a blade from a previous version, a previous movie, or one that you prefer from the original movies, or what your stance is on that in general. Like, are you gonna just get this one, and then if they come out with another, if Hot Toys announces one of the younger blades from the first three movies, if you're going to cancel that and get that. So I mean, there's no wrong answer. Again, it's just up to our personal preference. What's best for you? You got to make, you know, the decision that works out for your finances and your collection, things like that. So yeah, this is no different. I'm just curious. I'm just curious what some of your thoughts are, and how you approach some of your how you choose the figures that you're going to buy, especially if there's multiple versions or iterations of the character. All right, let's see here. Another thing I didn't mention, I didn't see in the description, speaking of materials, you know, that I was going to touch on also, it doesn't say that anything on here is leather of this figure from Hot Toys. And I think that was, and I can't recall if the Hot Toys, the previous Hot Toys version from Blade 2 was made out of leather or pleather. But that's, always a concern. Leather-like materials. Again, whereas the third-party ones, both So-So and the present toys offerings, those actually have leather materials. Whether you think the head sculpts are worth it or not, again, that's just your preference, your call. It's just a balance, right? Okay, better head sculpts or better materials. Of course, we want both, but sometimes that doesn't always work out that way. But yeah, let me address the chat here. Sin saying having an older Wesley Snipes in your collection is awesome. Yeah, and some people are loving this. Some people, like we touched on earlier, were eagerly waiting this release, and they're excited. This is going to be their first Blade, and most likely because when they saw his appearance in the movie, they were just as excited as some of us were. Some more so than others. So yeah, I know people were just looking forward to getting this figure.
See, another thing about this figure.
Yep. Oh, you lost your audio, Robert. Oh, Robert. Oh, wait, can you hear me? Maybe is it me?
I don't know. Can you hear us?
Wait,
no. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me, Beam? Am I
can hear you. Yep.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah, it's just Robert. Let's see. John Tool in the house. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that last name right. Apologies if I'm not. I'll just say John T. John T says Logan, Blade, Deadpool, and another fig. Maybe Johnny Storm. And you have a boss ass display. Yeah, man. I know a lot of people are all in on this Deadpool and Wolverine line. There's a lot of figures, and they're just cranking them out. We still have more, like kind of you're hinting at, that they're going to release the rest of the Resistance. Obviously, we still have Elektra and Gambit, that Hot Toys tease. And so, yeah, for those who are just all in on the Deadpool and Wolverine line, I'm looking forward to seeing those photos and that display of just all of these lined up to kind of recreate that one scene in front of the van, the Odyssey, I think it was, right? Was it the Odyssey in the movie?
Yep.
That would be, yeah. That would be badass.
Definitely.
So you don't need every single Deadpool and Wolverine figure to have a really good display. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, and I'm one of those who, doesn't need to complete a line. I can only pick and choose certain figures. For me personally, I know others kind of feel differently, but yeah, I'm in that group where I can just pick and choose. Big Rib saying, I'm thinking of getting this Blade, but I would want to put an awesome iconic coat on him. Yeah, and it sounds like you're not alone on that one. I think I saw someone else mention that here on the in the chat as well. Sorry, I forgot who, but yeah, that's his thing. Like one of the things that people just prefer is just this look, like Robert Filderburn was saying earlier, right? He just didn't like this look of Blade because he just has his version in his head of what he prefers a Blade from the previous movies with the coat. But I'm sure there's going to be people, right? The Hot Toys or Sideshow is including that his sword as an accessory. So yeah, all you would probably need was the coat, right? I'm sure somebody, a third party or someone from Etsy or one of those, someone's going to make those coats and sell them for those who want to do just that, right? So I'm pretty sure someone's going to do that, right?
Sure.
Let's see here. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Big Rip saying, or maybe put this head sculpt on my present Toys Blade. Yeah, that's an option too. Yeah, you just get them both. What the hell? You can't pick between one, and you're able to afford it. You got the funds to do so. Get them both and interchange. Yeah, that's another good idea. Mixing kind of cannibalize one figure for the other.
Also have a better sculpt though.
I know it had the screaming open mouth sculpt with the fangs. That one came with 2 sculpts, and the present Toys only came with the 1.
Gotcha.
But I can't remember. It might be subjective. I don't know which one is better. I think on the based on the outfit itself and the look, I think I preferred the present Toys one from Blade 2. That's just the one I got. I can't recall, how close they were with the standard head sculpt with the glasses. Let's see here. John T again is asking, has anyone done a 1/6 book of Eli Denzel, or a 1/12 would be fine? Maybe some KO brand.
That would be cool.
I want to say I think I did see a third party do a Denzel from Book of Eli, or based on Book. I can't recall. maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I thought they did. And it was I may have covered it in a figure lowdown. I can't remember though. I have to go back and check. So if I find it, I'll put it in the description after the stream there for you if you want to reference that, or maybe you can just go to my YouTube channel, just type in like Book of Eli or something like that. I might have covered it, but of course there's just generally Google. Google will always help. Let's see here. You speak in good German. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. So I did say that correctly. 12? Yeah. I'll stick with John T just in case. I don't want to push my luck there. Tobar66 in the house. What's good? What is good? My guy, Tobar. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. Hopefully you're having a good night. What's that?
MC Toys. It called him the Endwalker.
Oh, the Book of Eli? So there was one.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking at? Nice. Okay. Interesting. So MC Toys. What was it called again? What did they label it?
Endwalker.
Endwalker. There you go. John T. Endwalker by MC Toys. Apparently
Not sure if you can find one, but...
Oh, yeah. A
Looks
figure
pretty
based
old.
on, inspired by Book of Eli. Great movie, by the way. Man, I love that movie.
It is a good movie.
Great
Good soundtrack, too.
Especially that twist at the end, too. I was like, oh, damn. All right. Let's see. Noel Ram in the house. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Noel Ram. Yeah. Hey guys, having the original Hot Toys blade with 0 issues. I'll still be getting this to display back to back. Also hearing all the talks about real leather. It's never mentioned if it's 100% genuine. Yeah, like I was saying, right? Yeah. Thanks for letting us know. I didn't see that in the description either. If this was actual leather for this blade here. But it's good to hear that your original blade is still holding up. I know some people have, again mentioned that, and if you can confirm, if that original blade from Blade 2 is leather or not, I can't recall if it is, if that's what you're referring to, if that has real leather or not. But yeah, just let us know. Thanks for tuning in, though. Appreciate you coming through. Let's see here. More than okay, yeah. He's also saying, which I doubt it is more than likely, 0.1%. Yeah, yeah. All right. Oh, let me see. Got Robert in here. All right, Robert, you good?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep on having troubles with the StreamYard. I just
gotcha.
I listen to you guys.
Right. It does it again. Yeah. Yeah.
We lost
That's
you.
funny. Yeah. We can't hear you again, Robert. Yeah. We need to try saying something again. But yeah. All right. So that was Blade. I know we talked another good amount on that one. But again, just good, interesting topics on this all around. Just questions that kind of came to me earlier that I wanted to pose to you guys. So definitely interesting. Let me know your thoughts on that again, on whether you're gonna get this blade or kind of hold out and wait till they get another one, or you're gonna pre-order this in the meantime and then cancel if they come out with another one. Your version of Blade, I should say. But all right, going on to the next set of announcements, we have two similar ones, two from the same source material here. And this is the Kamen Rider. I know this is not as popular here in the States, I don't think. But this might be a niche character, a niche set of figures here. But you guys let me know in the comments in the chat. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's some fans out there, but as far as how many, I don't know. I'm interested and curious to hear. But so this is Kamen Rider number 1. And a lot of interesting things on these figures that when I was doing some research on these, that kind of came up that just were kind of, just interesting tidbits that I'll kind of go over here. So this one here, we'll start with Kamen Rider number 1. Set is already up for pre-order, $280 USD. Let's see here, and I forgot to put down when they're coming. I'm sure we'll come across it here, but when they're releasing, each one is going to have 30 points of articulation. So again, a good amount of articulation for a dynamic figure, a dynamic posing figure. And Kamen Rider number 2, which we'll see photos of here in a little bit, is $255 USD. So again, number 1's $280, and then number 2 is $255. And then I'll go over the differences, why I'm pretty sure why there's a price difference there between those two. But we'll go through some photos of Kamen Rider 1 here, some background. So this one is based on a Japanese TV show that started in the early 70s. I think it was 1971, right? They ended up doing like a reboot, I want to say like later in the 2000s, but this is based on the 70s TV show. So this is a Japanese-based character. And grasshopper-like or themed helmet, as you can see. This was kind of a precursor to Power Rangers. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So Kamen Rider was a precursor to that. It was kind of what the Japanese kind of dubbed their superhero kind of grouped themed heroes. Because after Kamen Rider, they ended up doing what they call Super Sentai. That's Sentai with an S, not an H. And so, that then gave way to the Power Rangers. So the Super Sentai, that team, that group there was spawned from there. The Power Rangers, that's what they brought to the States. But yeah, so Kamen Rider, I think, started that all from there. And so this is one of the difference here between number 1 and number 2, you can see is the head sculpt. So number 1 comes with the head sculpt of the actor who portrayed Kamen Rider number 1 in the 70s. And this is played by, let's see, hopefully I don't butcher this. Hiroshi Fujioka is the actor who's also a stuntman, but the actor and stuntman who played Kamen Rider number 1. I don't know if he was actually called number 1 or he was just Kamen Rider when this came out to begin with. This figure comes with, so number 1 and number 2 come with almost the same amount of accessories. That being the LED USB powered helmets. So they each come with one. They go different colors. They have different designs. And like I said, we'll go through the number 2 here in a little bit. They each come with 8 hands, genuine leather suits, including their pants, right? So like the whole suit, the pants. I don't believe the boots are and the gloves though. I didn't specify, but it just says suit. So I don't know if that's including the gloves or not. Let's see here. A scarf with bendable wire. So the scarf that they have does have a bendy wire in it. And magnetically activated USB powered belts with 2 belt buckles. Number 2 is going to have an additional style of belt buckle, though, that we'll see. But yeah, so Kamen Rider number 1 here, and you can kind of see it's more of like the teal color with the purple eyes, LED USB powered eyes, which is interesting. It's going to be, I'm guessing, a wire. Maybe that plugs in through, I don't know if it's going to be a pack that's going to connect to the belt and then goes up to the helmet, or if it's just going to be USB wire coming from the helmet down. I don't know. But I'll pause there. I know I spoke a lot, but I'll pass it over to Beam or Robert. And you guys got any thought on Kamen Rider number 1? Familiar with them at all? With either of these?
I kind of am. Like, I remember when Power Rangers was out and they had one of the Masked Riders on there. Not this suit, but some of the other ones. So did, I think, a few months back. But this. I mean, I'm glad they're doing other big. I think it's that one, the black one. No, never mind. Yeah, he was more green.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm glad they're doing stuff different. Different IDs and whatnot. It's just something I'm not interested in, I'm just not interested.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's probably going to be the consensus. Like, again, I know they're going to have their fans, but I don't think it was. There's probably a reason why this specifically didn't carry over to the States, but I could be wrong. I know, like Tobar here is a fan. Says, Feezy, this is the pinnacle Kamen Riders, and yes, I have them on pre-order, so that's awesome. Yeah, again, I know there's fans out there, so that's awesome for those who were kind of waiting for this to happen in 1/6 scale. And they're fans of this, and they're just kind of rejoice. I know we got the Black Sun figures, the Kamen Rider Black Sun that Hot Toys previously did. That's based on a different iteration of Kamen Rider. But like I said, these are on the original 70s show. So for those who are fans of it, yeah, congrats to you guys, because it's always awesome, like I mentioned before, when collectors get things that they love and they haven't, some company hasn't done yet, and they finally get some figures. I'm sure the feeling is it's a good feeling, basically, when you see these figures that you're fans of and you finally get. So this right here, we're looking at number 2. I pulled these up when Robert was giving his thoughts. But yeah, Beam, do you have any thoughts on these? Or are you good?
No connection whatsoever to either one of them, but they look cool. I kind of want them, but I don't want them.
Yeah.
The bikes are really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. They're very niche as far as as far as where I'm sitting. I don't know. It's just there's something about them that kind of want the number one.
Yeah, and the number
And
two
the
again.
bike.
The difference is.
So
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
just them and him and the bike. That's. I think I probably won't get around to ordering it, but if I were to take one, it'd probably be number one with the bike.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. That's something else I forgot to mention. So, in addition to getting the figures individually, you can get them as a set with the bike. So they each have their respective bike. So Kamen Rider number 1 with the Cyclone bike is what they call it. The Cyclone is 550 USD, and then number 2 with the bike is 525 USD. So it's basically adding 290 to each of the individual prices for the bike. Because that's how you can buy the bike them separate as well. You can just get the bike separate if you want for 290 USD. And from what I can see, I don't know, it doesn't seem like there's any difference in the bikes. I tried to kind of do a quick comparison, like looking through, and I didn't do like a deep dive detail of like the number of like spokes in the wheels or anything like that. But yeah, they kind of seem similar. But in the description, if you look in the description for Hot Toys or Sideshows, what I was looking at Sideshow, it says in there that the bikes are, let's see, what does it say here? Specially designed collectible vehicle for each, specifically does size to fit with Kamen Rider number 1, right? So if you look at the description for number 1, it says specifically, or size to fit Kamen Rider number 1. And if you look at the description for number 2, it says, size to fit Kamen Rider number 2, which is interesting because the dimensions of the bike are the same. I was looking at the same, and which is 14 inches in length for the bike, 4.7 inches in width, and then 7.5 inches in height, which comes to like 35.5 centimeters by 12 centimeters by 19 centimeters. So overall dimensions, and it's the same for both of them. So I don't know, same dimensions, looks like same design. So I don't know if there actually is a difference or what exactly they're referring to, or maybe they just put that in there. I don't know. I guess we'll see when it's released, or if you guys in the chat for the Tobar 66, I'm looking at you. If you can kind of call out to school me on what the differences are between the two bikes, or any other Kamen Rider fans in the comment or the comments that are in the chat, let me know, because I couldn't see anything. Even the symbols on the side here, just the logo on the side and in the front, appear to be the same. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, and maybe they're supposed to be the same. But again, I didn't watch this show. I never went back and saw it, and I can't say I'm really huge into Kamen Rider myself. Although I do collect, I mentioned I also collect 12 scale. I have a lot of their the Fig Arts 12 scale figures, because some of the designs for some of these Kamen Rider figures were pretty awesome. Like, just again, the color and the design elements of them, they look pretty badass. And so I got quite a few Kamen Rider figures in my collection, 12 scale, because it started off, as I said, as a TV show, and then it spawned off to other shows. I think there was even like musicals and albums. It kind of spawned like a whole franchise. It was like a whole thing, right? There's like multiple aspects and iterations of it, and yeah, it just became this big thing. I believe it's still big today, from what I understand. But again, going over the differences real quick, just kind of, I forgot to put a slide together on this, but obviously the design, the color schemes, and then the lights on the helmets. Number 2, as you can see here, has the red eyes. Kamen Rider number 1 has like the purple eyes. They both again have LED light up USB powered helmets. Kamen Rider number 1 again has the head sculpt, right, which is most likely why that's 280 USD compared to the number 2 doesn't have a head sculpt. Number 1 also has the crossed arms accessory. Here's the head sculpt again with separate rolling eyes. And then let me see if I can find a photo of the crossed arms. You can kind of see it here. But yeah, this Kamen Rider number 1 comes with that, and number 2 doesn't. So for those of you that are curious on that, and it says it connects at the forearm, so you probably just disconnect some aspect from the forearm there, and you can connect these crossing arms, which I haven't seen before from Hot Toys. Do you guys recall Hot Toys doing something similar to that, like cross arm feature?
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
No.
Right? Yeah. Okay. I didn't think so. So that could be a first for them. So I see a lot of that in SH Figuarts, again 12 scale, the Bandai SH Figuarts. They have a lot of their Dragon Ball figures have like the crossed arm accessory, which makes it awesome for the aesthetic, the appearance of that, which is what they do a lot. Oh, here it is right here. Here's the crossed arm. So that's pretty cool. So that comes
the
with
only one
number
that's
one.
Hot Toys has done is that Bruce Wayne statue.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That
That one that recently came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. But that was like a power pose, right? The whole body is fixed, right? Right. Okay, gotcha. And then another difference between the two. So Kamen Rider number 2 here. So I mentioned they both have two different styles of interchangeable belt buckles that also light up, by the way. The belt buckles light up, but Kamen Rider number 2 has a third option, which is the Kamen Rider logo down here, I believe it is. So they both have the top two here. This I think they call it a normal and a transformation mode here that lights up. Mm-hmm. And then number 2 has this third option here. So again, just kind of point out those differences for you guys who kind of maybe weren't aware or didn't catch that or wanting to know what the differences are between the two. Yeah, so again, congrats to those fans of those series. I know you're out there. I was going to say, I mentioned overall leather suits. I think this is a good example here of what a Hot Toys figure could be standard from here on out. Like a good example of what would be standard in my eyes, right? So you have, specifically for Kamen Rider number 1, because you have the head sculpt, you have leather suit with leather pants, LED powered USB helmet. I think the belt is as well. Let me double check. But either way, yeah, you have a USB powered. And it's kind of all the things that we're collectors kind of have been asking for. The only thing would be a base, like a really cool diorama base, maybe to include in there. Maybe not something too huge, but in my opinion, for my preference, but like a really cool diorama base, which this does come with for the bike, right? There's like a specifically designed vehicle display base for the bike.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Do you think this was kind of like an example of like the base of what Hot Toys should be, or was there something else you would add?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Hot Toys should always give out great bases, but
bendable wire scarf also. So like bendable wire, either if it came with a cape or something that would have a wire in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the chat, in the comments if
you have a picture of the bases again.
Yeah. Let me scroll through. Yeah, here's the. I believe this only comes if you get the bike set. I don't think it comes. Let me go through to the one by itself. Yeah. Okay, that's right. So the the figure. If you just get the figure, this is the base, kind of similar to like the Hono type. Although it doesn't have an interchangeable background, but it's just kind of like the backdrop with the display base. This is what you get if you just get the figure.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. It's really, because they like to trick you. Sometimes they don't even give you a base like that. They just freaking.
Yeah. They just like either the circular or the hexagon or whatever it is, the square base. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, another tidbit I kind of learned when I was doing my research on these is that so I think the way number 2, Kamen Rider number 2 came about is that so during filming of one of the episodes I mentioned this actor here, Hiroshi Fujioka, he was doing a stunt where he gets thrown from a bike, a motorcycle. But I guess apparently when he was performing that stunt and he landed, he ended up breaking both of his legs during the filming of one of the episodes, and so he had to sit out. And then they got another Kamen Rider, which is number 2 here, that doesn't have a face sculpt. He came in to fill in until the original number one eventually was able to return, and then when he was able to walk again and had the use of his legs, and he came back in as Kamen Rider number one and did his thing. But then there were some episodes, I guess, where they were both teamed up, and it wasn't the rest of the series, I don't think. I think it was only certain episodes where they kind of came in together, and so that's why you see some of these photos with them together. So I think that's in reference to a few episodes. But you guys, you Kamen Rider fans, let me know out there if that's accurate, if there's more to it than that. But yeah, I thought that was kind of crazy when I read that. You just, man,
it looks great, man.
Still,
I think, yeah, like you were saying, fans should be happy that this is out, and yeah, it does come with that rock base or whatever, or that street base.
Mm-hmm.
So authentically detailed likeness of, like, yeah, it looks great.
Yeah,
I mean, if I knew more about it, I'd probably get one.
Yeah, but let me know, in the chat, in the comments, like I mentioned, if you think this is like an ideal Hot Toys release here, like in general, just like what the stuff it comes with. Non-artisan, right? Just kind of ruling out artisan, because I know obviously that's going to include implanted wool hair, but kind of like a standard release. Again, movable eyes, leather, clothing, bendable wire, LED light up powered USB accessories and things like that. The great articulation, of course, the high-end articulation, all the articulation, I should say, that you could have. Yeah, this seems like a good standard here. But yeah, let me see here. Field of Burn. Yeah, sorry, SB. Yeah, no worries, man. I know it happens, so no worries at all. Thank you if you're not, for some reason, not able to come back on. I appreciate you joining us for the time that you did. So yeah, I definitely understand tech issues. Plagues us all at one point or another. Let's see here. John Toole says that head sculpt's perfect. I'm guessing they're talking about the Kamen Rider. Okay, yeah, it looks good. Like I forgot to put up a reference comparison photo of the actual actor. I just didn't have enough time, and compared to this, but I'll take your guys' word for it, you Kamen Rider fans. Yeah, so it sounds like it's Tobar also, the head sculpt is perfect. Consensus is it's perfect. So hopefully the final, of course, right, as usual, hopefully the final comes out looking as good, if not better. I mean, if nothing else, like a slight downgrade, but close to that as possible, of course. Let's see. Yeah, his leg. Yeah, Tobar's confirming his leg was broken. Yeah, I don't know if it was. I had read 2, but maybe it might have been just a 1. But still, it's just crazy. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah, look at those accessories. Yeah, a good amount of accessories in there. Let's see here. Okay, I think I got everything there. All right, so going on to the next. This is the last figure announcement. Switching up from Hot Toys, going over to Inart. I know a lot of YouTubers have already discussed this one, and I have it on a previous stream, but not my own. So I wanted to kind of gush more over on this and give my thoughts on this. And this is the Inart Wukong from Black Myth Wukong. And yeah, when this came out, this was I was really impressed, and I think I mentioned it on I think it was on Geo's stream, the movie canon. Speaking of, I think it was his that he brought this up. So this is based on the PS4 or the PS5 game, I should say. Sorry, PS5 game that came out recently, Black Myth Wukong, of the same name. And this is I have yet to play. I have the game, but I just haven't had a chance to actually sit down and play it yet. I'm really looking forward to it though. But this is, I believe, a set of armor that is within that game. And so this one is running. So this is based on Inart's website, 360 USD. And apparently he stands 40 centimeters from base to crown. So from the base, the bottom of the base to the top of his crown, he's standing at 40 centimeters. And I didn't do Beam. Do you mind doing like a quick calculation? I forgot to convert that to inches and see what that is real quick.
Were the centimeters?
Just 40 centimeters. Yeah, just to give you an idea of what that'll be here. So this one has a base with interchangeable base parts, a metal stand, his gourd, his headband, a removable hairpiece, I'm guessing to kind of swap out with the crown with the feathers in it, and then 8 hands. So a good amount of hands. But yeah, if you guys seen my previous streams of figures with similar armor and details. I'm a sucker for armor and details like this. Anytime a figure comes out with just the amount of detail like this in their armor or their clothing or just any aspect of it, I'm just really blown away and impressed by. And this is no different, man. It's just, yeah, every aspect of this just looks so awesome. Obviously six. Go ahead.
15.748 inches.
15 points. So about 15.8 inches from bottom of the base to the top of the crown, apparently, is what they have on Hot Toys website. So I don't think that. Oh, all right. Turn it off. Thanks for letting me know. I don't know if that includes the feathers. I want to say it doesn't, but I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, this looks awesome. Man, look at this. Look at this right here. This is the details on this. This is just beautiful. And things like this obviously take more time and more effort. And I'm usually I personally feel like I kind of owe it to the artist in any art form, whether it be painting and video games and like entertainment media or figures. Like anytime someone adds details like this, I kind of make it a point to try to pay attention to those and go in close, because I know it took them that much more time to do that, right, and effort. And then they didn't have to do certain things like that and add them in there, but they do. And then sometimes I think most people kind of just overlook that. But I kind of feel like I owe it to the artist or the designer or the sculptor or whoever, the graphic designer, because I know they put that effort in there for someone to notice. And so, yeah, I just want to make sure I give them that proper respect, even though they're not aware. But just, yeah, man, it's just so awesome. And I for one appreciate that, because I know having kind of some of the things I do, some of the work that I do, and I kind of try to be detail oriented. It does take time, and I'm sure you can, as being a sculptor yourself, as sculpts, I know stuff like this, definitely takes time. But I'll kind of pause there and turn it over to you and give your thoughts again while I kind of mess with my camera real quick. But what do you think? What are your thoughts on this figure?
Oh, 100%. Beautiful. The armor is fantastic. I hope it all comes out the way it looks in the final product. Not too familiar with. I'm only slightly familiar with the character itself, but it looks fantastic. I think they nailed exactly what they were going for. I'm still on the fence. I think I have till March to figure out whether or not I want to order this from Inart. So time will tell. I'm definitely leaning towards ordering it, but there are other priorities as well in front of this guy. So it is a beautiful piece, and I kind of don't want to miss out on it, because missing out on an art piece, you kind of miss out for good. So
yeah, that's a good point, because they have said about other figures. I know when John from Inart, when he's gone on other YouTubers channels, and they interview him and they ask him about quantity, and they don't really usually specify a certain amount. They kind of just make a certain amount, and then they usually, he said before that they don't plan on kind of doing reissues, like once a figure is kind of sold and that's it, unless there's a really good reason for them to go back to it. Having said that, didn't they just kind of tease a Joker 2.0? Isn't that in the works?
A 2.0, technically not a reissue, but
okay, yeah,
yeah.
Is that what it is? Oh, are they labeling it 2.0?
It was listed in their list of stuff and whatnot, but it was a Joker 2.0.
Okay.
I don't know if they'll actually go through with it though.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, if it's 2.0, yeah, and you're right. Technically, it's not a reissue. So, going back to what you're saying though, once if this is gone, it could be a potentially. I mean, again, it's not guaranteed. It's not saying for sure it will be. They may revisit it for. I mean, this in itself is another iteration, right? Because they did do that. The figure that came with the collector's edition, I believe, that was only released in China and Asian markets for sure. I can't remember where in Asia, but I think it was China. Yeah, wasn't that? Yeah, I think that was rooted.
Pretty sure it was rooted.
And that didn't have this armor. It was kind of more, I think, of a basic. Again, I haven't played the game yet, but I believe that was based on his initial, one of the earlier looks of Wukong in the game. And so this is, from what I understand, a later look for him where he gets this armor. But
yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought this was a final look.
right, yeah.
And I think that's part of it for me that I haven't pre-ordered this guy yet is because Inart's so huge on rooting hair. I was like, why didn't they do that to this one? Why didn't they offer us one, or why didn't they offer us both?
I'm kind of glad they didn't do ours. You know, the real hair, because it would look too goofy and it look strange. I think another company is doing one that's like fully haired, but it just doesn't look right.
Yep. Yeah. Speaking of, that's what I was gonna bring up is that there are other companies making other versions of Wukong or the Monkey King. You know, because this version here specifically, this is a licensed figure because it's based on the game, a version of Wukong from the game. But as some of you may know, or most of you may know, the Monkey King or Wukong is based on Journey to the West, the story of Journey to the West, which is folklore, Chinese folklore, I believe it is.
Yeah.
A mythological creature, right? And so that's I'm pretty sure in public domain. Like a lot of characters that come from folklore mythology, in the general sense, those are just public domain, so anyone can make those. Whereas if there's a specific version, like this one again, for example, is based on the game, this is going to be a license, or like someone like, for example, like the God of War games, like Kratos, or any of the gods from those games, like those are going to be licensed because there's specific interpretations in that game. But Zeus and all the other Greek gods, those are just public domain, so anyone can just make any version of those that they want, as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Right? So yeah, I did cover the previous versions, some versions from one of the other companies, and I think they're pronounced How You Toys. And this was an episode lowdown. Figure Lowdown, episode 15 here. Speaking of, I just found my old post. Yeah, and look what we have down there. Yeah, so there's a few versions. So yeah, I think most of these are sold out. I could be wrong. I think last I looked. But there's some versions, like Robert was saying. I don't know if this is the one you're referring to, but this one does have. I don't know if it's glued or rooted or implanted hair, but the hair has fabric hair. Yeah, no, okay, So this is another version out there. I don't know if it's still available, but there's multiple versions of this, right? So right here we're looking at, there's a standard version, a return version, and I can't recall off the top of my head what the differences are, but I'll put a link in the description below to this episode. So if you want to go back and reference it, if you're interested in kind of other versions of a Monkey King. Again, I think this is just like this company's interpretation of the Monkey King. I don't think it's based on anything in particular. But yeah, so this one has, depending on the version you get and the edition, it could have either 1 or up to 3 head sculpts here, right? And this is the dark version, and so this is the one I actually ended up pre-ordering because, again, I didn't know if we were going to get another version of it or not. I think obviously this is before the Wukong game came out. And so this is the one I got with the multiple head sculpts. It has a LED light up base, the eyes light up, and yeah, it's kind of like, I think this also has die cast parts to it, and yeah, it's up there. It just looked really badass, and I was on the fence, and it was starting to get sold out a lot of places, and I think I got one of the retailers that had it up. I think I pulled the trigger just because it was kind of narrowing down. I was like, it's all or nothing. And so I have it on pre-order, the dark version, anyways, this version here. And like I said, there's multiple versions, so yeah, go check that out. I'll put that link in the description below if you want to check that out. And then there's also another version made by Uman Toys, I think it's called. And I think that came out recently. Uman Toys Monkey King. Let me see if I can find that real quick. But yeah, so there's again, this is 6 scale, not to mention there's multiple versions in 12 scale, which I also have kind of on pre-order. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm a big fan of Wukong and the Monkey King, just like anthropomorphic characters in general, mythological creatures and things like that. So yeah, here's the Uman one. I think, is this the one you're talking about, Robert?
No, that looks
I'm
good.
not quite sure. I think it was. I don't know. I'm thinking it's the last one you were talking about, but I'm not quite
Oh,
sure.
okay. Gotcha. Uman
I just
Studios.
remember
Okay.
seeing like it all haired up and it just looked poofed out and whatnot. So
Oh,
I
okay.
think it might have
Gotcha.
been that one, the other one.
Okay. Yeah, this one I also I'm not sure if this is supposed to be based on the game or not. Or if I thought I saw this was licensed, so it could be based on the game. But again, I'm not 100% sure on this one. But either way, it's an option. It's another option if you're a fan, also a fan of Wukong or the Monkey King, and you're looking to get one. Again, you have options, right? There's multiple options. I'm sure there's more than these two or these three, I should say, that we've seen so far. If you want to get one of these versions, there's a lot out there. But this one, man, yeah. Having said all that, this one is really tempting again because I really appreciate the detail, the sculpting, the suit on this. Yeah, this just looks awesome. So I don't know. Then now I gotta ask myself: do I really need this? Do I want to get this? I have one already in pre-order. Do I want to cancel that one? Going back to what I was saying before, right? On which version? Do we want to wait for a version that we really want? Do we want to just get one in the meantime? And yeah, that's now I'm asking myself that question, right? Do I want to cancel that previous one and get this one? Do I want to get them both? Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. We'll see where I land. I don't want to, like Bean was saying, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. If this gets sold out, if I might go up in price later on or what. But yeah, here's all the accessories that I mentioned earlier that he comes with. So yeah, beautiful figure. Anyone else got any more thoughts on that?
Nope.
Nope. All right. Yeah, I know I talked a lot about that one, but I'm a fan. I'm a really big fan. Yeah. So Black Myth Wukong.
Beautiful figure.
So, yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. Really beautiful figure. Yep. Looking forward to playing the game when I get to it. Yeah, he has his Q-tip there. I know. I'm just from what I understand, I think this is like his staff that shrinks down, that he puts in his ear or something like that, or he stores it somewhere. Yeah, I don't recall.
What?
I think. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played the game yet, but yeah, that's awesome. Okay, let me address the chat here, see if we have any other fellow Wukong fans. Let's see. Oh man, X-Man Supreme in the house. Hey, hi everybody. He said, sorry I was gonna join tonight, but the 1 week I'm home, everyone's got me. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. There'll always be other streams. So appreciate you coming through though and saying what's up. So hopefully you're not doing too much running around. But yeah, thanks again for coming through, man. Let's see here. John, oh yeah, here we go. Another fan. John T. Anything Black Myth is hot. Grab it and growl. Growl if you want it. Yeah. See, that's where I'm at, man. I'm just like, do I need this one also? Let me know, John T, if you plan on getting this as well, or if you got any of the other ones. Yeah, armor is gorgeous. Yeah, a lot of people are in agreement that this the armor on this is just beautiful. Texture is amazing. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful figure. Let's see here. This is the definition of a standout piece. Yep, great looking piece. Yeah, just on an artistic level alone, it looks beautiful. The armor is very intricate. Could probably look at this thing for days and see different stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. Yeah, it was like little unknown fact here about me. You know, I mentioned appreciating details. So you guys know the monster cans, the zero energy or the zero sugar monster cans.
Yeah.
Yes, I used to drink those a lot, and occasionally I'll drink them still to this day. But you know, on those cans, they have like a bunch of different flavors, and each of those cans have different designs. Which again, like I actually thought was really cool and I appreciate it. So I actually started collecting those. So I have one of every the zero sugar one specifically, like those cans. I have like a whole collection of all those. Not to mention the colors. You know, if you set them all, like all the colors kind of stand out. But just like if you look at the designs, I don't know if anyone's noticed, there's like different designs for each flavor on there. That goes along with the theme of whatever the flavor is. But it's really cool. And some people are like, "What the hell? You're collecting cans, Feezy?" But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I appreciate that stuff, and it's just really cool to see all the designs. And someone went in and designed that beforehand, and now it's on a can. Their work is on a can. Then just people kind of just take that for granted. They just toss it afterwards, and I mean, which is understandable. There's just a can. You can buy those.
I collected those Star Wars cans, man. So
Yeah, which ones from?
The ones
Like
back
sodas
from
or?
the prequels. All those Mountain Dew, Pepsi cans, Diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diet Mountain. I don't
They
remember
had Star Wars
Diet
characters
Mountain.
on them?
They had Star Wars cans out there for like.
Oh, I don't
I
remember.
don't remember
those.
if it was episode 1 or if it was through episode 3, but yeah, I had soda cans for a while.
Yeah, I've also the Asian market here. They sell like these little cans of soda with like Sailor Moon characters. So
Yeah.
I've been like collecting those. The only two I'm missing are Pluto and Saturn. But yeah, they all
Pluto
come in,
and
like,
Saturn.
different flavors.
Well, there you go. If you guys know of anywhere that Robert can get those, feel the burn, reach out to him, hit him up on Instagram or something. If you don't mind, Robert. Yeah, he's looking for those.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say. Speaking of, I got some of those Red Bull cans when they were doing Street Fighter. Yeah, I got those as well. They had like Ken and Ryu and like I think Guile. I'm a fan of Street Fighter also, so I got those and I saved some of those also. Those were kind of cool. I forgot which game they were doing a promotion. It might have been Street Fighter 6, but yeah, they had them on there, and that was pretty cool. Let's see. Trimble Dust in the house. Dizzle, what is up, my guy? So rubs my eyes and yawns. So stream now, huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome. Good morning, Trimble Dust. Yeah. Coffee's on the pot. I think it's still warm, so go ahead and help yourself if you so wish. Let's see here. Oh yeah, it says I'm thinking. John T saying I'm thinking about it. I'd say I'm somewhere around 40% buying it. Yeah, I'm with you, man. It's close, man. It's really tempting just because, again, of how beautiful this figure looks. I think I've gushed about it enough. Mitchell Lawrence in the house. Thank you for joining us again. Welcome back. Appreciate you coming through. Saying great game. I love the Monkey King and Journey to the West story, but I'm the least bit interested in a gaming figure. I hear you. That's fair. That is fair. I've felt the same way about certain other figures too. Where like I'm certain movie figures from Hot Toys, like Back to the Future, for instance. I like the movies, but I just wasn't into getting the figures. So yeah, I definitely feel you on that one. I hear where you're coming from. All right, X-Man Spring. I said saying I had the Dr. Pepper Spider-Man movie cans for years after those were made back in the 2000s. So do you still have them, or did you get rid of them? Yeah. Oh man, I think I opened a rabbit hole. Good to see I'm not alone on the can collecting aspect. I thought I was. I thought people were gonna like kind of start kind of attack me for having the cans. Nerd. But good to see I'm not the only one.
Nope.
All right. Yeah.
But
all right. Cool.
Wasn't it Coke or Dr. Pepper when Deadpool and Wolverine was coming out started making like specialty cans?
Oh,
they have
yeah,
some
I saw
Marvel
those.
cans out there too, not just Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I saw those. Yeah, I did see those. Yep. Yeah. So they're doing it more. That's kind of cool that they're doing that. I kind of like that. But yeah, again, for me, it all started with the those Monster Zero cans. Good, great artwork on there.
I started noticing the art on the juices, the monster juices.
Yeah.
They do a lot of good like art.
Yeah. I noticed that too. Some of them like the Dia de los Muertos art design on there.
Yeah.
That was really like the skeletons stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I like those as well. I think I got one or two of them as well. But yeah, all right, gentlemen, we got through the figures. Do you want to? What do you feel like you want to touch on that teaser, or do you want to jump to Feezy's 20, or just call it quits? Where you at? How you feeling?
I'm good for a little bit longer, no matter what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
You can go longer.
All right, we'll start with the teaser, then we'll do Feezy's 20. So we'll kind of, it was just a teaser, so it should be quick. Like, just give her quick thoughts on this. Thought I pulled it up here. This actually just popped up before I started the stream, so it's kind of good timing here. So, and this is the Captain America Brave New World figure, and it looks to be, I guess it might be kind of a spoiler, right? Because I'm guessing this is obviously going to be Sam, right? I'm blanking on his name. His actual name, though, the actor. Out here.
Anthony Mackie.
There you go, Anthony Mackie. Yeah, with the mask on, because I don't think we saw this in the trailer, did we?
Yeah.
Did we? Oh, okay.
I didn't. I don't watch past 2-second trailers. So
Gotcha. Okay, so sorry for spoiling this for you then.
oh, it already was. Ren's sent it to me earlier. So
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thanks a lot, Renz. I'm just playing. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it looks cool. I think a lot of us were kind of anticipating or expecting this to happen, right? Because obviously Hot Toys made the Sam Wilson cap from Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I'm hearing was a great figure. I think Beam, you said you had that one, right?
yeah, the first one.
Yeah, the one from Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah, that one. Okay, yeah, the previous one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how great the wings were on that one.
Oh yeah, they were fantastic.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so
Fantastic.
Did you have that one also, Robert?
No, but I've been kind of thinking of maybe getting them because he's so comic accurate. It will go great with like my comic Marvel stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of contemplating on getting one in the future. Right now, it's no. But
Gotcha.
in the future, I definitely would like to get one if I find one for a decent price.
Yeah, this one I might pick up. Again, I'll have to watch the movie, have to see how well I connect with the character, or how well I'm digging the character in the movie. In that movie, I passed on the previous one. That was kind of a little too like the outfit wasn't my cup of tea.
It's very white.
Shout out to, yeah, it was very white. Yeah, and I was like, I'm good. But this one looks better. It has more of like the blue kind of, what you kind of typically see with Captain America. So I think so far from what I'm seeing, I'm kind of digging this a little more. But again, I'll have to see what it looks like in the movie and see what else maybe this comes with. Because yeah, I'm just hearing a lot of good things about that figure and see if it's something I'm going to pull the trigger. I don't know. It's just it's on the table for me. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm gonna get this one for sure. I like the colors of this suit. It mixes in like the later Captain America suits. That midsection there reminds me of the Ultron suit, the one from Age of Ultron, and then of course the chest piece kind of reminds me of the stealth suit. So I mean, I like the mixture of it. I'm not familiar with the full head mask there.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he needs it for very high altitudes.
Right.
But yeah, it still looks like it'd still be the same design, and the wings look the same from what we see already. So it looks really good. I mean, I can't wait to see the movie. I'm going to see it on the Sunday after it comes out. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what you think, because I'm holding off. I didn't want to go see it first, like opening night. Just I figured I'd wait, kind of see what the consensus is, just because it doesn't seem like it's the track record so far. Just all the rewrites and stuff, it didn't seem promising. So I was like, yeah, I'll wait to see what the consensus is on people who've already seen it. So let me know what you
think. Track record of MCU or track record of
yeah, yeah. I guess that's true too, right? Of the latest phase, but yeah,
how many directors have been through?
I can't remember. I know I went through like at least three negative test screenings, right? So yeah,
at least but I don't care. I'm MCU. I'm an MCU lifer, so I'll go to see every opening weekend. So
gotcha.
Every day.
Okay. Yes,
I told my partner when he wanted to go see this, I'm like, "Are you paying for my ticket? This is something I can wait for."
Yeah.
I just have.
Well, two people backed out on me, so if you're in Minnesota. No.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
One had a work thing come up, and the other one didn't want to see the movie. So.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Well, let me know how it is, because I'm definitely I'm kind of on the wait and see approach. See how it is. I'm still open to it, but right now I'm not in a rush to see it. So I just want to see how it comes out. I mean, I am curious to see what happens. I will see it eventually, but I'm not like opening weekend as of now. So that may change. So yeah. But yeah, I was looking at the suit here. It looks like this is plastic here. This chest piece here, which I don't know. Was that the same on the previous? Again, because I don't have the previous cap, Sam Wilson cap.
Was it plastic here? So I want to say it was. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and then you can kind of barely make out his eyes here. So I wonder if this is going to be like the latest Ant-Man and Wasp figures that came out where you can see their eyes through and the visor lights up.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that's going to be the case here. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be.
Yeah, because that Wasp figure from Quantumania was it's beautiful, man. With the mask on, it looked great. It looked really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how this. I would imagine the wings would kind of be the same, if not really similar. I mean, you have a good thing that works well, then why not just keep it? So we'll see.
Right.
Let me see what people in the chat think. Here, let's see. Blue Tattoo saying that Sam Wilson cap from Falcon and the Winter Soldier was figure of the year material. Super dope. Yeah, man. A lot of people were praising that figure. So kind of similar in my situation to where, a lot of people were praising that Moon Knight, that first Moon Knight. And I had passed on it, but then I got another opportunity with the Artisan one. So I ended up picking up that one. So this might be a similar case here where, I passed on the previous Sam Wilson cap. So I might, like I said, I might get this one depending on how the movie and the character plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Yeah, sorry again if I don't get to your chat. You got a lot coming through. I'm surprised, dude, because I know we're running late here on my end. So I appreciate you guys staying and keeping the chat active at this time. Well, for me, my time it's late, but appreciate you staying through. Ren's saying we'll be seeing it February 12th on Wednesday. Nice. Is that?
Very cool.
It comes out on the States. It's Valentine's Day, right? Is opening night?
Yep.
Or opening day, I should say.
13th. There, I think they got some late
13th,
showings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. 13th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. X-Men Supreme saying I'm there for all the MC movies. So are you saying you're there day one as well, like Beam, or you're just in theaters in general? You'll see it in theaters. Tremble Dust asking, wonder if we'll do Joaquin. We could use more representation. Who is he referring to? Joaquin who? Phoenix?
Okay.
What am I missing here? Tremble Dust.
I think
That's the next Falcon.
The new Falcon.
The new Falcon. Yep.
Oh, I see. I didn't even know
I
that was
think
his
it's
name.
Juarez.
Oh. Yeah.
Joaquin Juarez.
I don't know anything past Sam Wilson. Yeah, I never got that in depth on the comics for Falcon.
Yeah,
Thanks for schooling me.
I've seen a picture of him just in his mask, but I haven't seen like the whole setup. Like what's he wearing?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it looks alright.
It looks like it was like a green and a black type of color scheme for the new Falcon, right?
Yeah, it's green and I think maybe gray too.
Oh, and gray. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because it was like that in the comics, so I'm sure they're gonna.
Oh, gotcha.
Follow it. So.
Okay.
If Blue's up for it, I need him to get the day off so we can go see a later showing of opening for our Fantastic Four, though.
There you go, Blue. Hint.
Fantastic Four. I want to see it right away.
Oh yeah.
I still
have to watch that trailer. Yeah.
That one I'll go see.
The trailer was great.
Yeah, Blue saying. Speaking of Blue saying here, the movie had multiple reshoots, but hopeful for the movie. Yeah, yeah, I'm still hopeful for it as well. I still want it to come out good, right? Because it looks cool from the trailer, so I'm hoping it does come out good. And X-Men saying he should have had a helmet from the beginning. Yeah, I think we were talking about this. I think it was like in a previous figure where we were talking about that whole headpiece. We didn't know what it was called that Gambit has. He kind of just has that weird headpiece thing.
Yeah,
like
we
what
were
is
all
that
looking
for?
it up. I remember that.
Yeah. We were like, what is that called and what is that for?
It's the same thing like with Cyclops, thing where he has the visor.
Yep.
But then he has that blue
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
around.
Exactly. And Jean. Yeah.
And
Jean's got one too. Yep.
Yeah. You're like, what the hell? Yeah. So is that a 90s thing or what's going on here? Movie Cat and Geo saying still need to get tickets to Captain America, but we'll see opening weekend. Nice. Okay, another one. Yeah, let me know what you think when you go see it. Okay, yeah, Trumbull Dust confirming. Joaquin's second Falcon, that's his new partner in the flick. Got it. Thanks for confirming. Guys, John T saying, guys, I can't tell if you're joking, but Cap 4 is gonna be tragic. Yeah.
Be tragic.
Yeah.
No, I'm super stoked for it. But I don't
Yeah,
want
I hope it's not, man.
trying not to.
go ahead,
Torres was the last name. Joaquin Torres. But I don't want to.
Taurus, okay.
I don't want to overhype it either. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Expectations, right? It's kind of like what I touched on earlier. Was that Robert?
Yeah, I said I'm just hoping that it's good. I mean, if I hear good reviews, then I might change my mind and go see it in theaters. But till then, yeah, I can wait.
Yeah, same. Yeah. So let me know how it is. All right. So yeah, teaser. Of course, when this gets announced, I'll most likely cover it on a future episode of Hot Talk. So just stay tuned for that. As usual, keep an eye on the socials and of course on the YouTube channel, and look out for that. As well as I'm sure everyone else who's in the 1/6 community is going to discuss it also. So not just me, but yeah, I'll be looking forward to discussing this one. All right, gentlemen. So now, are you up for a game of Feezy's 20? Are you up for a round, I should say?
Sure.
Beam, how's it looking for you?
You don't ever have to ask me about.
Okay. Yeah, it's always a time
bro.
that I'm worried about. Yeah, I'm always a time. All right. Maybe I should have brought up my. Let me bring up my slides here of questions, or my numbers. My number slides here. Here we go. Okay. All right. So, make sure. Did I do the right one? There we go. Let me try this one here. Nope. Yeah, we'll just leave it at this for now. Okay. So for those of you that aren't familiar, just a quick recap. Feezy's 20 is basically just 20 questions. I have a Hot Toys figure. This is a Hot Toys figure that was released already. My panelists here have, let's see, I guess technically 19. So 20 questions to guess the figure. So it's 19 questions. And then the final question would be the figure itself. They have to be yes or no questions. If they guess early and it's wrong, then game over. Game over, man. Game over. Then that's it. So you kind of have to, it'd be wise to narrow it down. Let's see, no questions like does it rhyme with, or does it sound like, or does it start with this letter or anything like that. I count 2.0s as separate figures because that changes the answer to the question. Let's see what else. Honor system, so no Googling, of course, no internet searching, no looking at the chat, so close your chats if you have those open. Chat, if you want to throw out some suggestions of questions for the panelists here, I can pull those up. And of course, if you want to guess amongst yourselves what it is, I won't pull up your guesses just to kind of avoid any potential giveaways for the panelists here. Let's see here. I'll do my best to kind of not lead you guys astray, right? But I mean, as Beam knows now, sometimes it kind of get tricky how you answer. Having done it previous Hot Talk episode, I was, for those that missed it, we flipped the script and I was on the guessing side and Beam was the one who had a figure. And so he was the one doing the answering of the questions. That was kind of fun to be on that side of it. So yeah, catch that if you missed it, episode 11, I think it was. But yeah, all right. Do you guys have any questions, like general questions, not bigger questions?
No.
No? All right. So with that, let's fucking go. Go ahead and begin when you're ready.
Okay. Do you want to start asking like male or female, or?
Well, I always start with it's still a Hot Toys figure, right? Easy?
Yes, Hot Toys. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I always start with the first question: Is it does it have an MMS designation?
Yes. MMS designation.
So it's from a movie.
Okay.
It's not a TV series. It's not a artisan or whatever, or not necessarily a artist like the last one I chose.
Okay. Should we ask if it's Star Wars and Marvel?
Yeah, we can ask whether, like, I usually like asking whether or not it's
Or the Disney
owned by Disney.
Yeah.
That's what I usually ask, and then we can.
You want it? Okay. Is it a Disney property?
Let's see. Stand by. I'll hold off on that one. I'll come back to that one. That's confirmed.
Okay. Should we ask if it's human or alien or? It's a movie, so.
Yep, it is a movie.
Okay.
Okay, so when you ask, is it a Disney property? Are you asking, is it a property owned by Disney or Disney proper?
Yeah.
Is it owned by Disney? Yes.
Yeah, owned by Disney.
Yes. In that case, yes.
It is owned by Disney. I mean, it narrows it down. Like it narrows it down to like, we know it's not DC. Then we know it's not,
Right.
Universal like Terminator.
It's either Star Wars, Marvel, or a Fox property. So
It could be technically because Disney owns it. Or it could be a straight up Disney film, or because they've done a few of those too.
You know what? Sorry. Correction. This is.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I was looking at the. That's my bad. Yeah, I'm throwing you guys off.
Now I need Mike up here.
Yeah, I know. You're like,
So
you
way
see,
back to
Feezy, yeah.
19 or what?
Mike is gonna. You would. Okay. Oh no, it would still apply. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry. Yeah, this is probably gonna give it away, but yeah, probably should look this before. So yeah, still owned by Fox. I mean, sorry, by Disney.
Oh, you did it now.
Wow.
Yeah, now I done did it.
Still owned by Fox.
Yeah, idiot. Yeah.
It's gotta be it's either a Predator or an Alien. Or something. Yeah.
Could be Predator, Alien, X-Men.
That was a freebie.
But I don't think they Hot Toys made too many X-Men. Not from those.
Wolverine.
Just Wolverine.
Mostly, yep.
Hmm.
It was a Fox property, so yeah. Yeah, Days of Future Past, Wolverine.
I'm still thinking it's gotta be like an Alien or a Predator. That would be my guess. One of those two.
Okay.
Um,
We can ask if it's human, or
Go ahead. I mean,
is
I don't
this
know.
character human?
Yes.
Human.
So there we go.
Oh god. It male or female? You want to do that?
You can do that.
Is this character a female?
No.
No, so it's male.
Male human.
Maybe an Arnold Schwarzenegger? I don't. They have made a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff.
We should narrow down the IP a little bit more.
Nah.
We know it's from Fox, right?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh god. This is gonna.
Is this character a Marvel character?
No.
Not a Marvel character. Was from Fox.
Is
Non-Marvel.
Should we ask if he's an action star?
It's too broad.
Or, oh. God.
Trimble does a couple of suggestions here. Does it look like a man? And also, does it have legs? And if so, are they shaved? That really narrows it down. Yeah.
This is human. I mean, it could still technically be from Predator
Probably.
or
Like
Alien,
the sci-fi property or something.
right?
Do we have that? Is it a sci-fi property?
No.
No. Okay.
Not sci-fi.
So it can't be Alien or Predator. Oh.
From Fox. No, and now he's tricking me here. Male character.
Chat, give us some suggestions, please. I'm so lost.
Male character.
Male character, not sci-fi.
Did this character release within the last 8 years?
Last 8 years. Let's see, that would be what, 20, back to 20, what is that, 2017? Is that right?
Yeah.
Math?
I think so.
Yeah. No, not within the last 8 years.
It's older than 8 years old.
Oh God. Okay.
Movie masterpiece series. Male. Fox. Not sci-fi. But still owned by Disney. Well, it's not Fox. It's owned by Disney.
Is he an older male?
Are you asking me? Is that your question? Or are you just asking Beam?
Oh God.
He's like, oh, damn it. Is it an older male?
I don't know these things.
I don't think age is really a factor.
Well,
But it's a Fox property. I'm trying to think of the Fox properties that Hot Toys has done, other than Predator. And
Tremble Dust, has it ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? Ren's suggesting, does he have fangs?
does he have fangs?
I'm trying to think of Fox properties that they Hot Toys would do, but I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah, nothing's coming to mind right now, which is really weird.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Should we ask what genre? Like action or comedy or something? Is he an action star?
Is that your question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, this figure is based on an action star, yes.
Okay. So an action star. Male. Not sci-fi. Fox property. Ooh.
Yeah, chat, you got any suggestions? Any questions for the panelists here? Let's see here. Yeah, similar question. Trembles, is the character based on an 80s action star? Yeah, I'm not Art Linkletter. Yeah, John T. Yeah. Sorry to disappoint. Yeah, if that's what you were expecting.
Has Hot Toys ever made any Rambo or Rocky figures? Do you know, SB?
Yeah, they've done Rocky and Rambo.
That's why I was thinking who it is. It's Stallone. He's an action star. Either that or no. Yeah.
I don't know if those were Fox movies though.
Oh, they weren't Fox?
I don't think they were.
Oh.
Rambo, I don't think was. I think that was MGM.
Oh my god. Oh. Okay. It's gotta be one of the top action stars.
Yeah.
So, Stallone, Arnold, who else? Damn.
Nothing. So you got MMS,
Fox, right?
owned by Disney, which you now know is a Fox property.
Yeah.
Human, not female, so it's male, not a Marvel character, not sci-fi, not within the last 8 years.
So you're
As an
thinking
action star.
Stallone. Action star. Well, I know Rocky's MGM, so
What other
Was
action
this figure or this character in the military?
Yes.
So it could be Rocky or not. It could be Rambo.
Are you talking about military in real life or the character?
It was the character in
The character in the
military?
military.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's how I took it. Yeah.
which Rambo was? Yeah.
It might be Rambo. It might just be it.
It might be.
Trimble Dust said, "Did the character the fig is based on Die Hard?"
No one's made a Die Hard figure except for
Yeah.
Kids Party. Hot Toys, I don't think made one.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Kevin Collectibles. Does the character have muscles and smoke a cigar? Movie canon. Throwing out possibly Avatar.
They didn't
Well-
make any human figures,
Well, we should just
and
ask.
it's much older than 8 years. So it's older than 8 years.
Should we just ask if it's Stallone?
You could, if you wanted to, technically.
Is it Sylvester Stallone?
No, it's not a Sylvester Stallone figure.
Okay, so X him out.
Yep.
So an action star.
Military.
In the military in the movie. Fox property.
Yeah. So John T kind of reiterating here. Yeah, not sci-fi, modern, or current times at a military. Correct. Yeah. So it's a figure older than 8 years. Yep.
Okay.
In the military, not sci-fi.
Yeah.
Well, I should say the. So it's MMS, right? So you know it's a movie. So the movie this is based on is not sci-fi.
Right. Right. Oh my god. I
Damn.
don't
Sorry.
know. Damn it.
Oh, was this a hard mode one? Did
It's kind
It's
of a
too
hard mode
challenging.
one.
I don't know much about. I don't know too many action stars. All I know are like Stallone, Arnold, and Wesley. That's it.
It's military, not sci-fi.
Oh.
Hmm.
The action star in the military.
let's see here. Another suggestion from Kevin Collectibles: does this character have a daughter?
I think I know what he was talking about, but I don't think that's it.
What do you think he was talking about?
Commando.
Oh,
Yeah.
they've only made Dutch.
Movie? Yeah. Oh man. Oh god. I don't know, man. This is hard.
Is this character Caucasian?
Yes.
Yes. Just rule out anything else.
Damn it. An
It's got
action star, white
8
blue,
questions and a
is
guess.
not.
So you got some questions to burn if you want.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm really trying to see. The only thing I can think of is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know.
An action star.
Yeah. Ah,
Geo, the movie canon. Is he a pirate? Is this
Is he a
suggestion?
pirate?
Yeah. John T's off-topic question: is there a Jesse Ventura Predator figure?
No. I think they only made Dutch and Billy.
Yeah, I don't think there's a Jesse. I don't think they did. Hot Toys did a Jesse Ventura either. I could be wrong, but I don't recall seeing one. But again, that was a while ago. So my memory's not that great for the older ones.
Man.
Trimo Dust, did the character ever ask someone, "Get off my damn plane"?
I'm just gonna
Yep,
ask
X-Men.
is it Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes, it is Arnold Schwarzenegger character.
Dang.
From a Fox
I
movie?
don't know which one.
That's not sci-fi?
Say what?
A Fox movie that's not sci-fi.
And it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That Hot Toys has made. I think Feezy did a misdirect. Human.
Well, you guys let me know afterwards if I did a misdirect or not. I don't
It's
think
Arnold
I did,
Schwarzenegger.
but
It is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Dutch
yes.
and Terminator. Those are the only two. Schwarzenegger action figures from Hot Toys. So you get the first Terminator, the second Terminator, and Dutch. Those are the only Schwarzenegger ones that I know about.
I could have sworn Hot Toys made a Commando figure. I don't.
Oh, yep. Actually, you might be right on that one.
Is
Does
it
he have a
Commando?
daughter? Does the character have a daughter?
Yes.
Is it Commando?
Final answer?
Sir?
What do you do?
I'll wait. I'll give it a second. You want to make sure? You guys are sure? You want a final answer?
I want to be 100% sure before I. If you 100% sure,
He's got a daughter. He has a daughter in the movie.
I'm pretty sure they did make a Commando figure actually. now
Yeah,
that I think
he
about
did.
it.
He's in the military in that movie, so I'm guessing it's Commando.
You're guessing it's Commando.
It's Commando. Is it Commando?
Final answer.
Final answer.
What's his name though? Can you remember his name?
I
John
don't
Matrix.
know. I have no idea what the name is.
His name was John Matrix in the film.
John Matrix?
Yeah, I'll give it to you guys. You got it. Yeah, it's John Matrix Commando. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, MMS, let's see, 276. Released 2015, I think it was. So yeah, they did do a John Matrix here.
Yeah, they did.
See, who
Yeah.
asked if he had a daughter?
That
Yeah, who
was
is it?
Kevin Collectibles.
Kevin Collectibles.
Came in
Thank
with
you,
the
Kevin.
assist. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's funny because I think last time we did, I think it was Dutch, and I think he did kind of he pulled through with the assist. He came through with the assist on that one as well. So yeah, he knows his Arnold movies. Yeah. Yeah, he was onto it, man. I thought he would have given it away right there. But yeah, you guys got there with the assist from the chat. Looking at this figure, the body seems obviously like not probably as big as it could be, but again, it's 2015. One thing I noticed though is it looks like he has seamless arms,
Yeah,
right?
pretty sure he does.
I think so.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah, in his arms.
I don't know.
For those of you who have this figure out there in the chat or watching the replay, if you have this, how's the figure holding up? I'm curious now. Yeah, look, it looks like it has seamless arms right there. Interesting. So
I'm
that,
kind of
at least-
actually surprised Hot Toys would make this because considering it's
Oh, it's so early though.
I don't know how
It-
popular.
They were doing a bunch of military figures back then, so
Oh.
they were using up stuff they already had. And Schwarzenegger sculpts, Terminator, Dutch. They're a little different. That looks more like a Terminator sculpt, but yeah. So they were all
Yeah,
over the
no.
place.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's kind of interesting how like Robert, you were saying this is obviously a movie from the 80s, but Hot Toys came back and approached it. Maybe I guess at the time they thought there was a market for it, but yeah, like Bean was saying, maybe it was because they had the Arnold likeness, and I don't know how it worked back then. Maybe just because they have his head likeness for one movie, it kind of applied to others. I don't know what the deal was, but I guess they figured, yeah, we'll just people like Arnold. I think Arnold in general, maybe that was the thing. That was the connection. Like it's just Arnold and what's that?
They still have it too. They're making more Terminator figures. So give us a 2.0 John Matrix, please. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you would get this in if they did a 2.0?
Dopo.
Dope-po, the dopest of pose.
The dopest of pose. Just like Blade, I'd be right there. Give me that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would probably go more for the Dutch. Yeah, I think I would go with the Dutch route, which could be possible, right? Because they tease that jungle predator, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that is a 2.0 or what the status on that is.
I mean, yeah, because this sculpt is, you go back to the last one.
Yep, previous. Going back.
Yeah. It's kind of there, but it's not like 100% Arnold. It's like they mixed Guy Pearce in there with him a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can kind of see that, yeah. Yeah, so imagine, if they took, like, the head sculpt. You think the head sculpt from the new T800?
Yeah.
Do you think they would just reuse that? Does that look good enough? Like a clean version?
It's good. It's really good. So, yeah, they could if they wanted to. I mean,
just pop it on this one and just paint.
Give it the paint. Give it the, all their seamless body stuff now is so much better. So, I don't know how well this one held up. So,
man, this one's stacked too. Like look at the stuff he comes with. Of course, his rocket launcher. He has this shotgun, submachine gun, assault rifle, 3 different types of. Wow, damn, this one came stacked.
Do you remember when I said I'd kill you last? I lied.
That big ass rocket launcher.
I lied. What was that, Robert?
I said all I remember him is having that big ass rocket launcher.
Yeah. I remember that. It's been a minute since and that's right. I think who mentioned it here? Alyssa Milano was his daughter. I forgot about that. I knew he had a daughter, but I forgot it was Alyssa Milano. It's been a minute since I've seen this one. I gotta go back and watch it. I just remember that the knife fight between him and his ex buddy and the chainmail.
Oh, yeah.
What was it, like the sleeveless like chain shirt thing he had on? Yeah, it was just funny.
Mm-hmm. The fake ass king,
Johnny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let me see. Check out the chat. Yeah, I think some people were starting to catch on. Tremble Dust. Yeah, I got it. Commando. Movie Canon Geo. John Matrix. Yeah, Kevin Collectibles right here. Yeah, daughter. Who's the boss? Yep. Was his daughter in Who the Boss?
Yes.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. X-Men Supreme. Melissa Milano. Every boy's crush in the 80s. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Everyone congratulating you guys. Bravo. Yep. You guys got there. Good job. Yeah. Whoa. I'm way behind in the chat. Sorry about that, fellas. I'm watching. Yeah. So I think everyone's just giving you your kudos, congrats on that. Yeah, but congrats again on getting this and the chat for helping out. But gentlemen, we did it. That was Feezy's 20. Thank you for staying this long as usual. We usually do long streams. And to the chat, of course, for staying as long as you did, and those who popped in and out where you could, and those who catch the replay. So thank you. If you stayed this long from beginning to now, thank you. I appreciate that as always. Your time is always appreciated. Would you go around the clock real quick, see if you guys want to plug anything? S-Beam, you got anything coming up? Anything you want to plug?
We'll be live again Monday. I haven't finished my Beetlejuice video yet, but that should be up pretty soon, at least by the weekend for sure. But more stop motion coming eventually. Still working on that stuff, and then live on Mondays with collector's figure. Which, this past week we just tiered Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, so it should have been a little more. should have been a little faster on this one, I guess. But yeah, that's all we got going on. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. So next time you come over on my show, you got to bring up PC's 20 with you, though.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yep. I'll definitely do that. And I owe you that one, and I think Mario as well. I think Mario LWO when he gets back to streaming. Shout out to Mario. Hopefully you're getting better. I know he's not feeling well, so hopefully you're doing better. And you get well soon, man. Just FYI, quick shout out to him when he comes back. But thank you, Beam, again for joining me. It's always a pleasure having you, and of course, and Robert and anyone else. again, friends of the channel section, check that out. You'll see S Beam's link to his YouTube channel there, like he mentioned, collector's figure. And I try to go on there when I can. It's just obviously different time zones, so I don't always, I'm not always able to make it. But when I have the Monday off or I have time, I'll be on there, and I'll bring Feezy's 20 with me. We could do a round. But yeah, thank you again, Robert. Anything you want to plug? Anything you got coming up?
Friday, I will be on the movie canon for Figures Talk. So we'll probably be going over the same stuff we've been talking tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, nothing much has been going on. Like I said, just waiting on my Beetlejuice to come in, and hopefully my 66 Alfred will not have any hiccups. But you never know. But other than that,
fingers crossed.
Yeah, just been kind of posted on my Instagram, and yeah. So, but again, thank you again for inviting me. Pleasure as always. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. I don't know what the hell's going on, but yeah, I think I'm gonna move to a new location. I mean, I try to do it in my den where all my figures and stuff is, but I guess it's a dead zone. So it's a learning process. Yeah, I'm sure you'll find a spot or a situation that suits you, and you'll get it down. Especially if you're going to be streaming more. Like I mentioned before, just if you have questions, just let me know, and I'll help you out where I can, for sure. Or any of us. I'm sure any of us will be willing to help you out here, get you situated. So yeah, I'm sure you'll get it figured out. Yeah. But yeah, thank you again. And don't worry about those issues. It happens to all of us. Like I mentioned, it's happened to me on my earlier streams. I've had technical issues, and some of it was my fault, some of it wasn't. So it happens. We all go through it. It's all good. I'm learning, everybody. I'm learning. So.
Yeah, no worry. We all go through that, and it's all good. As far as me, as usual, just keep an eye on my social, my Instagram, Facebook for when I do my next stream, whether it be Figure Lowdown, Hot Talk, How You Figure, or one of my other streams, or in my Feezy's media channel, my entertainment media channel. Sometimes I do stuff on there. I'm not as active, so I don't have as much content, but I still do stuff on there. If there's like a particular movie, TV show, or game I want to talk about. I will also be joining, Gio's movie canon this Friday, his stream on Figure Talk also. Yeah, so he's going to be doing a special edition of that. I know he usually has that on Sundays, but I think we mentioned because of Super Bowl, so he'll be doing that on Friday. So yeah. What's that?
I said go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a dog in the fight, man. My team was already out yet. But
Charger fan.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I'll be on there, so I'm looking forward to that. I have for my fantasy figure zone pick is going to be an interesting. I'm actually excited to discuss it. So I'll leave it at that. If you guys are interested, I don't want to give it away. It's going to be a surprise, but I think it's going to be a good one. It just came to me, and I gave it to him earlier today on what that figure was. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So tune in on Friday if you're interested. I think it's 7:30 p.m. Pacific, but he'll have it posted on his channel. As for that, as usual, just keep an eye on my YouTube channel for the notifications for my next stream. So thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Much love, and I hope you're all doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Night.